think you're going to see guys like Carson Myers and Griffin Graves, thankfully, who pitched really, really well through the middle and back half of that ball game last night, Sam, to keep them in the contest and allow their offense to ultimately tie it. But those guys aren't available, so we'll see today as they'll send Alvarez out to the mound, and he's the guy that's got around a 5 ERA.
I think what really stuck out to me about this Auburn lineup one night ago was how patient they were in their at-bats, and they were able to knock Cam Fluke out after 5 innings and really drove that pitch count up. Now, last weekend we saw ECU do the same thing against Jacob Morrison, where Mo went only 5. Typically, we're used to seeing him go 6 or 7. So we'll see if Auburn's going to continue that patience here today against Coastal's ace.
Last night, the biggest ball game in the career for most of our players on this roster, having never been in this situation before. Sammy, outside of fatigue that both teams are probably feeling this afternoon from a physical standpoint, the mental aspect of the game becomes huge in Game 2 of a Super Regional with Coastal on the cusp and, of course, Auburn fighting for one more day at the ballpark.
Coastal's been hyper-focused all year long. They have continued to prove themselves day in and day out. And this is going to be one of those games where you're right, Joe. I mean, players are going to be exhausted. They were here until, 2 o'clock in the morning Central Time last night. Got to get back up in the morning, get back here. It's a hot and humid day. The fans have showed up. But you're right. I mean, this is going to come down to who's going to be mentally tougher to get through these 9 innings.
So with all that being said, now that we've painted the picture for you this afternoon, moving into today's matchup, it's Coastal and Auburn. Before we take a timeout here on the Myrtle Beach Family Golf Countdown to First Pitch, let's set the stage for today's pitching matchup. As we have highlighted, it'll be the sophomore Sun Belt Conference Pitcher of the Year in right-hander Jacob Morrison, the 6'8", native out of Flushing, Michigan, 11-0 the record this year with a 2.19 ERA, 16 appearances, 15 starts, over 90 innings on the mound, has struck out 89 opposing batters, hitting just 191 against Big Mo. Auburn will turn it over to a freshman out of Seminole, Florida. Andreas Alvarez, the right-hander, has made 8 starts this season, 13 appearances with a 5.27 earned run average. So Morrison will get the ball for Coastal, and Auburn will send Alvarez to the mound for the Tigers. The Chanticleers will be the home team, and they are wearing teal this afternoon here at Plainsman Park. And now with the pitching matchup set, let's take a timeout here on the Myrtle Beach Family Golf Countdown to First Pitch. When we get back at Window World, we'll bring you my conversation early this morning with head coach Kevin Schnall, and it comes your way next on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
As our region's largest healthcare provider, Tidelands Health is dedicated to keeping the communities we serve healthy and active. We're a network of 4 hospitals and more than 60 care locations, stretching from Andrews to Little River. Our more than 2,500 employee, physician, and volunteer partners work side by side to transform the health of our region, promoting wellness, preventing illness, encouraging recovery, and restoring health. It's a singular commitment. It's our mission. At Tidelands Health, better health begins here.
With 4 mini golf facilities and a driving range, it's golf fun for everyone at Myrtle Beach Family Golf. At Shipwreck Island, putt your way through an excursion on a deserted island. Stay on the paths as you journey into the world of dinosaurs at Jurassic Golf. Experience a jungle adventure through the rainforest with elephants, monkeys, zebras, and more. Play along with the Lost Boys through Never Never Land at Captain Hooks. Or brush up on your golf swing at one of the 54 hitting bays at Cane Patch Driving Range. Just mention Go Shots to get your discount or visit myrtlebeachfamilygolf.com.
From day one, their customer service has just set them apart. I felt like family from the moment I stepped in the door.
At Coastal Fasteners and Supply, our customers are more than just a transaction.
No order too small, no order too large. If there's ever an item they don't have in stock, usually they can have it to me within the week.
They are why we have been here for over 45 years.
Quality, just great people.
We are Coastal Fasteners and Supply.
And with free job site delivery, we've got you covered.
Hey Chanticleer fans, now is a great time to be a Chant, but it's also a great time to renovate and rejuvenate your home. There's no better way to do that than with new flooring or a beautiful tile shower from Flooring Panda, located just 3 miles east of Brooks Stadium. Here at Flooring Panda, they're dedicated to providing you with a wide range of selections from your high-end to your budget-conscious consumer. They pride themselves in taking good care of their customers, so come visit Flooring Panda at 864 Kingswood Drive in Conway. Chant's up.
It's now time for a look inside the coach's strategy for today's game. Brought to you by Window World, the best windows on the Grand Strand. Window World, simply the best for less.
All right, back here on the Myrtle Beach Family Golf Countdown to first pitch. The magic number is 1 as Coastal has a 1-0 series lead in the Super Regional against the Auburn Tigers. So it'll be the Shants and Auburn once again here from Alabama. It's time to catch up with the head coach of the Shants, Kevin Schnall. Our conversation brought to you by Window World, the Grand Strand leader in windows. Coach, you typically tell me the team that plays the best on any given day is the team that has the best chance to win. Don't know that we put our best effort on the baseball diamond yesterday, but we did enough. We were relentless enough. We got some big plays when we needed it most. Some big swings, obviously, from Blake and Pato, and none bigger than Caden Bodine in the top of the 10th inning. His solo shot gets off the schneid. 2 home runs yesterday. Just an unbelievable back-and-forth ball game, and it's what do you expect as you get down to the final 16 teams of the nation with a chance to run it to Omaha.
Well, I agree. We didn't play our best baseball, but we still found a way to win. And how did that happen? Well, we eliminated the big inning. They kept chipping away in that 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th inning, but we never gave them the big inning. When we got the big inning in the 4th, and we didn't give up the big inning, right now we're 39-1 when we win the big inning war. And then when Caden hits the home run to get us the 7th run, we're now 35-1 when we get to 7. So the probability of us winning at that point was very high. But for us to wiggle out of that 9th with 1st and 2nd no outs, you don't want to put yourself in that position, but somehow, I don't know what it is. The greater powers were looking down on us, but we get a big strikeout to their 4-hole hitter who's really, really talented, and then somehow, some way, we get 2 L4 double plays that end back-to-back innings, which is just unheard of. Again, tremendous victory when you don't play your best in front of a crowd like that is, really remarkable.
Second week in a row on a Friday where we get a lengthy rain delay. Obviously, last Friday at our place, we didn't start until after 10:30, Eastern time. Yesterday, we go through an hour, 40-some-odd minute delay. Obviously, Cameron Fluke was not going to return to the ball game. I thought at that point, obviously, you're up, 6-3 at the time, and you'll feel pretty good at where you're at. Looking at the back end, what we've got in terms of our bullpen, obviously did not play out. Felt like while the crowd had thinned out, it was actually louder in the back end of the game than it was early in the contest. You get that feeling on the field?
Well, yes. I think it shows you why it's so important. It's not the end all, but it is very important to be a top 8 seed. When you've got a crowd like that behind you, it does play into the game. You think about the first inning. We're off the field in the first inning, in a 1-2-3, and instead we misplay a ball to center. Well, what does that lead to? That leads to 18 pitches, a run, and a mound visit. The second inning, we don't make a ground ball, we don't make a play at third base. Another opportunity to get off the field. What does that lead to? 10 extra pitches. So that's 28 extra pitches Cam Fluke has to throw because we don't handle the ball defensively. We walk 5 guys. After the rain delay, Carbone comes in. They get a chopper through the 5-hole. No big deal. We immediately get 2 outs. He makes some really good pitches. And then we go wild pitch, routine comebacker. We don't make a play, and they score. The next inning, we do the same thing. We wild pitch them to third, and with 1 out and a little chopper to the third baseman, and they score. We just did some uncharacteristic things that we gave them runs. And the message last night was, great win, way to win when you don't play your best. But if we play like that today, we won't win.
When we look at that, as it played out and as the season, go all the way back to February, we knew we had some talented guys, but largely unproven guys, pretty much entirely through the roster. Obviously, we come together and put together a huge season, regular season, tournament champions. We go through the regional. Did the moment maybe got to our guys a little bit as we were rolling through that marathon of a ball game last night?
I don't know if it's the moment. Again, you're playing in front of 8,000 plus fans. I know on record it says 700-800, but I don't know if they're counting that parking garage. But these fans are directly on top of you. It does play a role in it, and we're used to our fans behind us cheering us on, and these fans were against us, so it does play a little bit of a role. And I don't think Cam Fluke threw bad at all. I actually thought he threw very well. Again, if we handle the ball behind him, it's a different situation. I mean, he's cruising for another inning or two. We come out of that rain delay, and that lefty that they brought in, tip your hat to him. I mean, he was really good, the Graves kid, for 3 innings. I mean, we didn't even, I don't feel like we even took a good swing. No hits, no walks, 5 strikeouts. He was really good, but, they go to the next guy after 50 pitches. We got him to 50 pitches, and they go to the next guy, and, we took some really good swings off him, and obviously we're able to get to that 7th run.
Blake and Pato, obviously 2 big swings for us, helped launch the big 4-run inning with a 3-run bomb. Obviously, earlier on in the year, he came up with some big swings. You think at East Carolina on that Sunday rubber game at the top of the 10th, a pinch hit home run, grand slams against JMU, Appalachian State, another big home run at Clemson, one of the regional against East Carolina, and then obviously last night with 2 big swings. When you recruited and he came in with Oxon Beach from Longwood, is this kind of the thing that you expected from him, given the talent and the raw ability that he's got, especially one of the most athletic guys that we've got on the team?
Well, from a skill standpoint and tool standpoint, he's as talented as anybody on our team. And early on the fall, I mean, he was our center fielder, and he was going to hit in the top of our lineup. And as the fall progressed, he started struggling a little bit. And then early spring, he was struggling a little bit. And then obviously with Dean getting injured, he got more playing time, and, he's made the most of it. I mean, a lot of his home runs have been critical home runs, as you mentioned. He's got a really good swing at times, and last night you guys saw that. I mean, those 2 swings he took on those 2 home runs are as high level as you're going to see.
We talked about Caden Bodine yesterday during the pregame. Obviously, well-deserving the honor as a Buster Posey Award finalist. If anyone watched that ball game, I think we just put it in the bank for him. Obviously, big-time players step up at big-time games, as they say, and it wasn't only his presence at the plate, behind the dish. I mean, he came up with some ridiculous picks and plays behind home plate to cut off some runners and help keep us in the ball game. This is what you expect from Bo, day in and day out, and that's why he's in the position to become a first-round draft pick in just a month or so.
Well, listen, when your best players play the best, that's when you win games, and that's what happened last night. Our best player clearly was the best player on the field, and he picked everybody up to enable us to win that game.
Looking at today's contest, obviously, Jacob Morrison will get the ball. Sun Belt Conference Pitcher of the Year. Our pitching rotation in decent shape in terms of our bullpen later on in the ball game. Talking with Coach Williams at breakfast just a little while ago, feels like they are pitchable. We just have to make our pitches and again, play solid defense the way we have throughout the course of this season behind Mo in order to do that. And it seems as if the defense has done that with Morrison on the mound throughout the course of the year. What does Mo need to do to try and keep these Auburn bats at bay as best as possible?
Well, it starts with the freeze. We got to eliminate the freeze. We've been so good with that all year long. Last night we had 5 frees with walks, and then with the airs and then the wild pitches. We've got to do a better job of eliminating that. And Ike Irish, one of the best hitters in the country. I mean, if he's not going to beat us with a solo, so we were good with that. We just got to make sure that, again, we're eliminating the freeze, we're handling the baseball, and we limit their damage. If we can keep them from scoring a big inning, we'll be in good shape.
They go to their 2 left-handers in the middle of that contest. They're not going to be available today. Obviously, 2 solid arms in the back end of the rotation and pitching staff. What do we expect from Auburn on the mound as we roll through today's game?
Well, the Myers kid threw 29 pitches, so I'm not sure he couldn't roll back. It's doubtful, but maybe he could for an inning. The Graves kid at 50, he's obviously out, but on our end, I mean, Dom, he had to throw 40 pitches in 2 innings, which is not very efficient. So, he's probably not available today. Potok, 40 pitches, 2 innings. Again, not as efficient as we'd like. He's probably not available today. But, hey, all hands on deck. Let's figure it out. We got 9 innings to go to Omaha.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, you challenged the team as we broke yesterday, last night in the conference room, this morning, whatever it was. Who's the guy that's going to step up today? It hasn't been that sort of the moniker of this team all season long.
It really has. I mean, it hasn't necessarily just been one guy. Last night between Bodine and what Pato did, really special. But I foresee somebody else today being that hero. And it could be anybody. And again, the message last night was, we're nine really good innings away from going to Omaha. We're 1 win away from going to Omaha, from being the last 8 teams in the country still playing.
Coach, as always, thanks for the time. Let's get one today, and maybe we'll see each other in Omaha in about a week. Thanks again.
Want anything else?
Coach Kevin Schnall with us here on the Myrtle Beach Family Golf Countdown to First Pitch. Again, our conversation brought to you by Window World, the Grand Strand's leader in windows. We've got Game 2 of the Auburn Super Regional coming up next on the Chanticleers Sports Network.
From the North Star Financial Retire Right Studios, we're WRNN Socastee, Myrtle Beach, your home for Coastal Carolina's Chanticleer Sports.
I'm Trish Williford.
And I'm Edward Moody from WBTW News 13. News 13 brings you more local coverage you can count on of Horry County.
We also follow up on stories to give you the latest developments.
Frank Johnson and the Storm Tracker 13 weather team use Viper 13 radar, which tracks severe weather as it happens.
And Sports Director Chris Parks updates you on CCU Sports.
Edward Moody and Trish Williford, weeknights at 5, 6, and 11 on News 13.
It's time! Sparks Toyota's used car super sale event is happening now. Get super sales savings on Sparks Toyota's largest used car inventory. Cars, trucks, SUVs. Sparks Toyota has discounted every used car online and on the lot with our lowest prices. Buy with peace of mind. All vehicles are meticulously inspected by our certified technicians. Plus, get up to 7 years, 100,000-mile warranty on used cars.
Click and save at sparkstoyota.com. Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
Alps Mountain Affordable Hearing Aid Center is the official sponsor of the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. They would like to invite you to visit any of their 6 office locations across North Carolina. Get their very best in hearing care and hearing aids at Alps Mountain Affordable Hearing Aid Center. Office locations at Sunset Beach, Jonesville, Southport, Hickory, Boone, and Lincolnton. Call 1-800-326-9037.
Conway National Bank has been in the community for over 100 years and understands the importance of convenience and customer care. From offering the latest technology in online and mobile banking to the personalized service given at each of our 15 local offices, CNB is focused on serving you wherever you are. Conway National Bank, community banking at its best. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
We're just about ready for baseball here at Plainsman Park. Auburn Super Regional, Coastal with a 1-0 series lead following the dramatic 7-6 victory in extra innings earlier this morning. As Coastal takes the field, we will be the home team here today in Game 2. Jacob Morrison will toe the rubber for the Chanticleers, 11-0 this year, 2.19 earned run average. The sophomore has made 15 starts, 16 appearances with 90 1/3 innings pitched under his belt, has walked just 19, has struck out 89, opposing hitters batting 191. He's gotten, Chris, some real good team defense behind him. You don't get to 11-0 without a good defensive team behind you, and that's exactly what Coastal has done. They were the best fielding percentage team in the Sun Belt Conference. A little on the short end defensively yesterday, but with Mo on the mound, you'd expect our guys to be on our toes from left to right across the diamond.
He has done a lot of it by himself with 89 strikeouts and opponents hitting below 200 against him. But you're right, Joe, this is a very good defensive team. Maybe didn't sparkle as well as we have seen, but I think one thing that may give Jacob some confidence going into this top half of the first inning against Auburn's top third is go right at Chris Remberts. Find a way to get him out, keep him off base. He had a pretty good night last night. Their leadoff guy was 2 for 3 with an RBI and a walk. And then you got Bub Terrell, who couldn't hit it at all last night. You don't expect that to continue, but you take your chances with the number 2 hitter and then bring Ike Irish up with nobody on base. As Coach pointed out, that's when you want him to bat. He led off a couple of times last night. He really couldn't hurt us with the solo home run. You just don't want him up there with runners on base.
Chris Rembert will lead things off for the Tigers at second base, followed by Bub Terrell in left field. The number 3 hitter in right is Ike Irish. The cleanup hitter is at first base, Cooper McMurray. Lucas Steele is the DH in batting 5th. Hitting 6th at third base, Eric Snow. Bristol Carter, the center fielder, bats 7th. Hitting 8th, doing the catching, is Chase Fralick, and Derek Fabian, the shortstop, will bat 9th. Your WBTW Game Time weather report: hot, humid, 90 degrees, partly sunny skies, a breeze going from right to left here at the ballpark. Maybe some pop-up storms throughout the course of this afternoon. We'll see how it plays out weather-wise. Big Bo has finished up his warm-up pitches as he ascends up the back of the pitcher's mound. Chris Rembert, the freshman second baseman, right-handed hitter, digs in. Mo toes the first base side of the rubber, and we are ready to rock and roll. First pitch of today's ball game is a fastball a little outside at 2:06 here on the Central Time Zone, 3:06 back home on the East Coast. And the count 1-0 to Rembert, hitting .351 on the year, 10 homers, 46 RBIs, and Mo has missed with 2 in a row. This one low, 2 balls and no strikes. Rembert in yesterday's contest went 2 for 3. An RBI, a walk, on base 3 times. The freshman out of Pensacola, Florida. And the 2-0 is swung and fouled off right back to the screen at 92 on the radar gun from Jacob Morrison. Diamond dimensions, 315 down the left field line. You've got the 37-foot green monster-type wall in left field, 335 into the gap in left center. It goes 385 to straight center field as Rembert fouls off the breaking pitch, and quickly the count now from 2-0 to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 331 down the line in right here at Plainsman Park, and 361 into the gap in right center field. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count here to Rembert. Just underway, game 2 of the Auburn Super Regional. Jacob Morrison from the windup. The 2-2 pitch is swung on, fouled back once again. And this is an Auburn team. They do not make it easy on opposing hitters, which is why they've been one of the top hitting teams in all of college baseball this season. They'll grind out at bats. We saw it last night, and here to begin things this afternoon, a 2-2 count and the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming from Morrison, the righty. The breaking ball there. Oh, he had thought that was a called third strike. Holy cannoli. Not really sure where that pitch was. Mo had thought he had punched him out, and as a result, the count goes to 3-2.
If that's going to be a ball all day, we'll be here for a while.
The 3-2 hit on the ground sharply, and the glove save and a beaut by Walker Mitchell. Gets to his feet, fires the first. Holding on the bag is Thorndike, and there's one away. A 5-3 put out, defense on their toes. Jacob Morrison with one in his back pocket here early on.
And Walker Mitchell said, all right, you've made fun of our defense last night. Let me start with one, a nice little web gem there, and stab that one in the hole, because if he doesn't get a glove on it, that's in the left field for a base hit. Good start for Jacob Morrison to battle back after falling behind 2-0.
He used every piece of the leather to trap that ball cleanly to his glove side, moving to his left. Ball hit sharply, one away now for Bub Terrell. He struggled yesterday, struggling with that first pitch from Morrison. Swung out and missed. Terrell, the freshman left-handed hitter, batting .303 on the year, 5 homers, 41 RBIs. A rookie out of Alabaster, Alabama, the 0-1. And that will miss low. Defensively this afternoon for Coastal, left to right, Sebastian Alexander in the outfield, Wells Sykes and Blagan Pato. The aforementioned Walker Mitchell at third base, Ty Dooley the shortstop, right side of the diamond, Blake Barthel at second, Colby Thorndike at first, and the brick wall, Caden Bodine once again behind the dish. As the 1-1 pitch is fouled away, Terrell behind the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes, was 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts in yesterday's contest. Big, imposing figure on at home plate, batting left-handed, but behind the count, 1-2 rather, and the fastball rides high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Auburn 41-19 overall. They went 17-13 in the SEC. 28-7 now here at their home ballpark, led by head coach Butch Thompson in his 10th season. The 2-2 breaking ball swung out and missed. Good slow breaking ball there from Morrison. 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the first.
Could not script this start any better. Nice defensive play to get the defensive guys back into the mix after a tough night last night, and then a strikeout of Terrell, and he's just really struggling with Coastal pitching, and now you get their best hitter coming up with nobody on base.
Mike Irish, the right fielder, in his junior campaign, batting .365, leads the club with 19 bolts, 58 RBIs, which is good for second on the team. Launched a home run in yesterday's ball game, was 2 for 4, and there's a breaking ball for a called strike, according to home plate umpire Joe Burleson. He's calling the balls and strikes this afternoon. Jeff Gosney is on the first base side. Seth Buckminster is at second, and Joshua Shepis over at third base. As the 0-1 is a little inside. 1-1 the count here to Irish.
I want to know how Seth snuck into this crew. The only misprint on the ledger of 3 J's for first names in Joe, Jeff, and Joshua.
1 ball and 1 strike to count. Morrison out of the windup. Mo deals, and the breaking ball popped up foul. Off speed pitch there at 84. And quickly behind the count is Irish. 1-2. He tagged one off Cameron Flukie. Hit about 3/4 of the way up the batter's eye in dead center field yesterday. 2 home runs, but solo home runs for Auburn. Of course, we hit 4, including the 3-run home run by Blagan Pato. Here comes the 1-2. As low inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count.
Joe, tough crowd here at Plainsman Park. I see a smattering of empty seats around where Auburn fans should be. You wonder if last night's loss scared them away for today.
And the 2-2 pitch is a fastball inside, and the count has gone full here for Morrison.
Well, guys, I think it's going to be important as this start goes on for Morrison to be in control and start off with those first pitch strikes, which he's done a really good job of here this first inning. Cam Fluke last night was having to work from behind. Morrison's got to be in control.
It'll be a payoff pitch from Mo, and it's a breaking ball hitting the ground foul. And nice barehanded play there. Nice play by Jackson Appleman, the freshman relief pitcher for Coastal Carolina. Barehanded play inside that first base dugout. 2 up and 2 down, 3-2 count. Top of the first, the Chants, the home team here in game 2. And Morrison from the windup. The pitch is a fastball inside. And a 2-out walk will put Irish aboard for the cleanup hitter and first baseman Cooper McMurray. Your Under Armour uniform report this afternoon. Coastal rocking the teal tops, the white letters and numbers in the black outline, the NCAA patch on the left sleeve of their jersey, the Chanticleer logo on the right sleeve, the clean white pants with the black piping, their home hats on with the black cap, the teal brim, and the teal C on the bill of their cap. And first pitch to McMurray, grounded foul. Another off-speed pitch this time has McMurray out in front and behind 0-1. The senior hitting .332 this year. One of 3 players with double-digit home runs for Coach Thompson this season. He has a team-high 59 runs driven in. Strikeout, nice play on the third base side by Walker Mitchell. And then the walk to Irish brings up McMurray. And the 0-1, fastball will run a little high. Ball and a strike to count.
Kevin Snaw, as you well know, Joe, attention to detail is his middle name. He's not leaving anything to chance. This uniform combination was the same one we wore back in 2016 when we won Game 2 at LSU to advance to Omaha. You don't think that played into his thinking today, do you?
Here comes the 1-1, popped up foul. Coming back with the fastball there. 93 miles per hour. Yesterday, we kind of challenged our guys at 2:30 in the morning. He said, I've been to Omaha. I know what it tastes like. You guys want to taste that experience. It'll be the most memorable experience you've ever had. And now here, 25 outs away from doing just that, the 1-2. And the changeup rides high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Hey guys, all I think about when I think about this uniform combination is Anthony Marks at second base, pumping his chest after stealing second. He would later come home to score the winning run in that game.
Yeah, his jersey did not stay teal for long.
Not quite.
Irish leads off first. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball. There he goes. He went around, and Morrison picks up his second strikeout of the inning. McMurray chases one out of the zone, and Morrison works around a 2-out walk. Hey, we'll put Irish on at first. Let's attack the hitters around him. Pretty good strategy there from Coach Matt Williams and Jacob Morrison, the battery with Caden Bodine. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We played 1/2 inning this afternoon. It's Auburn 0. Coastal coming to bat next on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Are you ready to feel the teal this season? Flash your Chanticleer pride with an official credit card of CCU Athletics from Carolina Trust Federal Credit Union. Rates are as low as 9.9% APR with no annual fee and no balance transfer fee. Plus, a percentage of your purchases helps fund CCU scholarships. Visit carolinatrust.org for details and to apply online. #TealAwesome. Carolina Trust is an official partner of CCU Athletics. Credit approval and annual percentage rate subject to creditworthiness. Certain restrictions apply. See credit union for details. Federally insured by NCUA.
Carolina Trust. Jersey Mike's subs are great to enjoy in all kinds of places.
So you can have a turkey provolone at the park?
I love to eat outside.
Or an original Italian at work?
Absolutely.
Ooh, I can have a Mike's Famous Philly at 2 a.m. while digging a tunnel to my neighbor's basement?
Whoa, do they know?
No. And don't tell them.
Okay, mum's the word. Freshly sliced and freshly grilled subs for any time, anywhere. It's a Jersey Mike's thing, a sub above.
As our region's largest healthcare provider, Tidelands Health is dedicated to keeping the communities we serve healthy and active. We're a network of 4 hospitals and more than 60 care locations, stretching from Andrews to Little River. Our more than 2,500 employee, physician, and volunteer partners work side by side to transform the health of our region, promoting wellness, preventing illness, encouraging recovery, and restoring health. It's a singular commitment. It's our mission. At Tidelands Health, better health begins here.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Caden Bodine to lead things off for Coastal Carolina this afternoon. The switch hitting catcher, followed by Sebastian Alexander in left field. The second baseman is Blake Barthel hitting third. In the cleanup spot, Walker Mitchell at third base. Colby Thorndike at first bats fifth. The right fielder, Blagan Pato, hitting sixth, followed by the shortstop, Ty Dooley in the seventh spot. Ty Barango, the DH, hits eighth. And batting ninth in center field is Will Sykes, the freshman out of Seminole, Florida. Andreas Alvarez delivers the first pitch, lined and snagged on the glove side by Eric Snow. Good piece of hitting there by Bo. Tries to go the other way. And just as we saw in the top of the first, Bergen, nice defensive play by Walker Mitchell over at the hot corner. Eric Snow played a great defensive third base yesterday and snags one out of the air to take a base hit away from Bodine here in the home half of the first.
So the words right out of my mouth, Joe, we need to try somebody else because it's nearly impossible to hit one past Eric Snow, though he did commit an error last night. I think it shocked everybody in the building.
So now Alexander will bat, one pitch and one out for Alvarez. Alexander hitting .311 on the year, 2 hits yesterday, lays down the bunt. Going to be a tough play now for Snow. He fields it cleanly, the throw to first, and by a step, he gets Alexander with good speed. Needed to deaden that ball just a tad more, and that potentially turns into a base hit. 2 pitches and 2 outs for Alvarez after Morrison has to labor through 20-plus pitches in his first inning of work. So 2 up and 2 down now for Blake Barthel. Bub Terrell in left field for the Tigers. Bristol Carter in center. It's Ike Irish in right. Over at third base, Eric Snow. The shortstop is Derek Fabian. Auburn second baseman Chris Rembert, Cooper McMurray at first, and Chase Freilich doing the catching. And he receives a first pitch fastball low to the left-handed hitting second baseman Blake Barthel out of Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Alvarez's last outing actually pitched in a regional in their 11-1 clincher over NC State.
There's a swing and a miss from Barthel. Steps to the plate, hitting .284 on the year. Leads the club with 12 home runs, has 50 runs batted in. Also 12 stolen bases on the year. 2 incredible defensive plays at second base in the 9th and then in the 10th to help secure the victory for the Chants. And he hits a hard ground ball to Rembert at second base. He is there. He fields it cleanly. The toss over to first. And an easy 1-2-3 inning as Alvarez struts off the mound, heading to the third base dugout. A 1-2-3 inning. Coastal goes down in order here in the home half of the first. We've played 1 at Auburn, and there's no score on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Catch the same views as the highest fly ball from the top of the Skywheel Myrtle Beach. We have a steal of a deal. Half off our regular tickets every Tuesday. The only thing you have to do before getting on deck is make sure your uniform is Team Teal. Then step into the batter's box and soar like a home run 200 feet above the beach. Celebrate CCU with us as Skywheel shines the lights teal every Tuesday through the season.
Hi, I'm Rhonda DeHollander.
And I'm Scott DeHollander, owners of Window World. Here's something that we believe makes a big difference for all of us.
America works best when America works.
That's why our energy-saving products are made right here in the USA.
Great people make great products with great prices.
It keeps jobs here.
It makes for a brighter and greener future.
It saves you money from day one.
Window World.
Window World, American-made and better known.
And with a true lifetime warranty, we really are
simply the best for less.
The Sansbury Butler Properties real estate team has all the resources you need to buy or sell a home from the Grand Strand to the historic Waccamaw River and everywhere in between. Kevin Sansbury, a CCU alum, can help you locate your dream home anywhere on the Grand Strand. With over 50 years of combined experience, we specialize in residential, commercial, land, and waterfront properties in Conway, South Carolina, and surrounding areas. We know real estate, making big moves together.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
5-6-7 due up for Auburn in the top of the second. Left-handed hitter, the DH Lucas Steele, will lead off. Swings at the first pitch. High fly ball to the left field. And there's Alexander moving into the corner. He has room. A little hop, skip, and a jump before he made the play. And on one pitch, Morrison retires the first hitter of the inning. To begin the top half of the second, that'll bring out the third baseman, Eric Snow.
Must be nice to be as athletic as Sebastian is. He just glides towards the ball, and you're right. Sort of had that extra skip after he made the catch. Just beautiful artwork out there in left field.
Kind of galloping over to that ball in left. Not like my gimp and pitch in the giddy-up. It looks nothing like that, by the way, as I'm trying to pull myself up into the Carolina Trust broadcast booth.
That would have been a triple if Cats were in left field. Yeah, I feel for you, buddy.
Wasn't always like that, by the way. First pitch missed by Snow. Now chases one out of the zone as he goes around on what would have been a 2-0 count. It's now 1-1 to the Auburn third baseman. .307 average, 8 home runs on the year with 34 RBIs. Multiple hits in yesterday's ball game with a run and an RBI. Here's the 1-1. It's swung and missed. Good fastball there at 93. He beats Snow. He looked like he was thinking off speed there, and Morrison buzzes it by him over the outside part of the plate. Quickly behind the count is Snow. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mo looks locked in here early on as he winds and deals the 1-2 fastball coming back towards us. Not really, because there's netting that covers the entire perimeter of the ballpark from the foul pole all the way down to behind home plate.
Really have to here because there's so little foul territory. I mean, the ball will get on you in an absolute hurry. So very smart by the Auburn folks to make sure that netting runs the length of the field and make it safe for the fans.
1-2 tapped foul. Spoils another good 2-strike pitch down the first base side.
You know, guys, something to note here, Joe. Last night didn't have a lot of wind really at all. Today, it's hot, it's humid, but there's a lot of wind going out toward left field, so these fly balls out toward left could get some carry.
1-2 pitch, chopped foul over on the third base side. So continuing to fight, good 2-strike approach by these Auburn hitters. Running the pitch count up here for Jacob Morrison early on. In fact, this will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat, upcoming here to Snow with 1 out after getting 1 pitch and 1 out on the fly ball to left. Here's the 1-2. Fastball down and away. 2-2 the count now.
Boy, he is not missing by much. I think he's hitting the majority of his spots. They're just off the plate a touch, and it's a condensed strike zone thus far from Joe Burleson behind home plate.
Now the 2-2, down and away. And another deep count here for Morrison, so he has faced 6 hitters. He's already gone 3-2 now on 3 of the 6 hitters he has faced in the early going.
So an Auburn team that drew 5 walks off of Coastal pitching last night. You heard Coach Snall lament that during our pregame chat with him.
And now the payoff pitch is low and away, ball 4. Second walk allowed in as many innings for Morrison. Puts Snow on first base for the center fielder, Bristol Carter.
These are just really good takes by these Auburn hitters. You mentioned it, Joe, or Chris, I should say. These pitches are close. He's not missing by much, but Auburn's doing a good job of laying off and getting on base and continuing to drive Morrison's pitch count up. They want to get to Coastal's bullpen pretty quickly.
Joey came in averaging just over a walk per outing, and he's already issued 2 through the first 6 batters he's faced.
Bristol Carter, the sophomore center fielder, chases one out of the strike zone on a fastball up and away. The .235 hitter with 2 home runs and 13 RBIs. Carter at the plate. Center field for the second consecutive game was 1 for 4 with a run last night. The 0-1 hit in the air high and deep into right field, but that's going to hang up again for Blagan Pato. It's almost like it hits an atmospheric wall off the contact.
Yeah.
That ball looked like it was going to shoot into the gap, and it's just hit a wall of humidity out in right field, and Pato was there to make the easy play.
Sam touched on it a moment ago about the wind that's blowing here at the ballpark. It's actually blowing across the field from right field. And I think you're right, Joe. It got up in that wind and just kicked it down. Now, had he pulled it to left, might have been a different story because that jet stream's going to carry it out beyond that wall.
2 fly ball outs in the inning, one to Alexander in left, the other just a moment ago to Pato in right. And now the catcher, Trace Freilich, steps to the plate. He's hitting 8th, but don't let that fool you. He's got a .337 average this year, and Morrison drops in a breaking ball for a called first strike to get ahead 0-1. Freilich to go along with that .337 average, 4 bolts, and has driven in 40 this season. 2 outs, runner on first base. That's Eric Snow. 4 stolen bases on 5 attempts this season. And the 0-1. Breaking ball, there's strike 2 over the inside corner.
That was a really nasty pitch there, and Freilich, I think, upset with himself that there wasn't a whole lot he could do with it. It was hoping to get bailed out on a ball call, and that was a perfect pitch over the inner half.
Kind of buckled his knees for a moment there as he bent in and then outward as Mo is ahead 0-2. The big righty deals. Fastball hit in the air, line into the right field corner and going deep. Pato can't get there, and he'll field the ball clean there. They're going to try and wave him around. Barthel will hold the ball and scoring all the way from first on the 2-out double by single by Chase Freilich turns into an Auburn 1-0 lead. Looked like an 8-iron there. Hit that ball in the right spot, and it checked up, and it caught Pato by surprise, and then Barthel was a little late getting to the relay spot and had to kind of contort his body. He thought he might have had an attempt on the relay throw. He ate it instead, and the one-out walk comes back to bite Morrison. The RBI single with 2 outs from Freilich puts Auburn on the board. It's 1-0 Tigers.
Well, you hit your 8-irons a whole lot better than I do if you can put that kind of backspin on it where it checks up on the green. But you're right, it hit the grass and just died, and Blagan had no shot to try and throw out the guy at home.
Well, Freilich delivers the number 8 hitter, and now it's Derek Fabian, and he takes the first pitch from Morrison a little outside. So Shants trail 1-0 here in the top of the second. 2 frees, 1 comes around to score on the 2-out single. Here's the 1-0. Fastball, fouled back. 1-1 the count here to Fabian, the shortstop, right-handed hitter, batting .237 on the year, has 5 homers, 33 RBIs. The senior out of Ocala, Florida, a transfer from Florida. Over in Gainesville, he was 0 for 4. And yesterday's contest lined out to Blake Barthel in the back end of the ball game to secure the victory for the Shants. Here's the 1-1. He squares to bunt, pops it up right to Morrison. Easy play for Jacob Morrison, and the inning is over. It's about as easy as it can get right there for Morrison after allowing the RBI single with 2 outs off the bat of Freilich. He gets the easy out on Fabian. Auburn will send the top of the order to the plate in the top of the third. We're now through 1.5 here at Plainsman Park, and it's Auburn with a 1-0 lead. This is Coastal Baseball from Van Wagner.
Pontiki Myrtle Beach is offering 2 special sunset cruises, offering a meet and greet with 2 amazing CCMF performers. On June 4th, hop on board Pontiki Myrtle Beach with country music star Bailey Marie. Bailey Marie is a singer, songwriter, and actor from North Carolina who has written over 70 songs and acts in the Apple TV series Swagger and HBO Max's The Staircase. Then, on June 7th, party on Pontiki with Nashville recording artist Jillian Smith, whose powerhouse vocals have taken the music scene by storm. Jillian has performed with icons like Blake Shelton, Brooks and Dunn, Carrie Underwood, and Luke Bryan. Don't miss this opportunity to meet these amazing performers and hear them perform live on board Pontiki Myrtle Beach while in town performing at the Carolina Country Music Festival. Book one or both of these epic cruises today. Pontiki Myrtle Beach is located at 4430 Kingsport Road in Little River, just minutes from Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach. Go to PontikiMyrtleBeach.com, find them on Facebook, or call 843-491-9549.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
All 8 Super Regionals scheduled to be played here today in Chapel Hill this afternoon. Top of the 8th, Arizona looking to even up the best-of-3 series with a 10-8 lead over North Carolina. In the top of the 8th, the winner of this Super Regional will match up against the winner of the Chapel Hill Super Regional in Game 1 of the College World Series. Duke with a 6-2 lead over Murray State. In Game 1 in Durham, bottom of the 6th, it's West Virginia in front of LSU in Baton Rouge at the box. 1-0 in the 4th. Earlier today, Miami upended Louisville 9-6. So the Cardinals and Canes will match up tomorrow in a Game 3 winner-take-all from Louisville, Kentucky. Bottom of the 2nd, Walker Mitchell to lead off. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Wow. I mean, that
not
pitch
happy
was
about
low.
that call at all.
And now Coach Kevin Schnall, letting the home plate umpire, Joe Burleson, get a piece of his mind. Mo not getting those pitches in the early going, and the breaking ball now backs in a little too far inside. Just a terrible call. I mean, looking at the replay that we've got here, down and away, was not close. Mitchell, the third baseman, cleanup hitter, batting .276, 4 homers, 41 RBIs for the Lexington, South Carolina native. The 1-1 pitch, line, and there's Eric Snow again. With a glove save and a beaut over at the hot corner. 2 hard-hit balls his way off the bat of Bodine and Mitchell. And Snow on his toes here in the early going.
I don't know what you do. All you can do is barrel it up and hit it as hard as you can, but line drives right at Eric Snow. Not going to work. That kid is too good defensively on the hot corner.
Hey, look, the positive thing here, Coastal's getting some really good contact in the first time through this order.
Here comes Colby Thorndike, the Coastal first baseman, and the first pitch from Alvarez is a changeup down and away. The sophomore transfer out of Brunswick Community College, 314 average, 4 homers, 40 RBIs on the year. Here's the 1-0. That's outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Here to Thorny. He was 1 for 5 of the 1 run scored Friday. Of course, huge regional back home in Conway last weekend, 5 for 11 with 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. The 2-0 pitch. It's 3-0 now as the catcher, Freilich, lost his glove trying to receive that ball and tilted towards the back end of the strike zone over on the outside part of the plate. 3-0 the count here to Thorny.
Joe, I wonder if his left hand is still bothering him. Remember late last night he had a situation like that and had to have it retaped.
3-0, and strike over the outside corner. And Thorndike still with a good hitter's count, batting left-handed against the righty freshman out of Seminole, Florida, Andreas Alvarez from the windup. The pitch down low, ball 4. Ooh, that pitch looked awfully close. Nonetheless, first freebie of the afternoon allowed by Alvarez, and it puts our first base runner aboard with 1 out for the right fielder, Blagan Pato.
Mentioned earlier, Alvarez's last outing was in their regional win over NC State to earn their ticket here to the Supers. He pitched pretty well against the Wolfpack, went 5 innings, allowed no runs on 6 hits, and issued just 1 walk against 5 strikeouts, and then they turned it over to Cade Fisher to finish things off. By that time, though, Auburn was up 10-0.
Pato, 2 big swings in last night's contest, hitting .263 and takes a first pitch strike over the outside corner. 0-1 the count, .263 average, now with 8 home runs on the year, 2 last night, 30 RBIs, both of his long balls cleared the 37-foot wall. Was plenty of carry and distance. 2 balls that were absolutely smashed. The 3-run home run, the bigger one, I would say, because it helped highlight the 4-run big inning that ultimately helped get us out to what was a 6-1 lead at the time. Thorndike leads off first with 1 away, and the pitch to Pato. Ooh, chasing one way out of the strike zone there, behind the count, 0-2.
Thought Coach Snall paid him an extremely high compliment when you were chatting with him earlier today. Joe said he's probably the best athlete on our team. And if you look at some of the other guys on this team, that is high praise.
He's got all the tools, starting to figure it out here towards the back end of 2025. It swings through the 0-2 fastball. Pato goes down on strikes. Alvarez picks up strikeout number 1. 2 outs in the inning now for the left-handed hitting shortstop, Ty Dooley. Well, after you swing at that pitch down and away, has to be in the back of your head that he's going to go down slider, down and away, get him to try and chase, and then he buzzes a fastball by a little behind it. And you're now in the dugout via the strikeout, and that will bring up Dooley, hitting right around 300 at .299 on the year. Has 6 homers, 36 RBIs. He did not look comfortable at the plate last night. The Elgin, South Carolina native was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Thorny with a short lead at first, and the first pitch to Dooley is a strike over the outside corner. I don't know if that was over the outside corner or not.
Do you take the reins off Thorndike over there? At first, he's stolen 7 bases this season to try and get him into a scoring position with 2 outs.
Pitch off the plate again. Here's the 0-1. Dooley takes low inside on a changeup. Ty Dooley's a guy that when he gets into the flow of the game, that bat over the course of his career at Coastal has turned into some big swings. Kind of has a knack for those situations as he takes the changeup over the inside corner. It's not a pitch you typically see from a right-handed pitcher to a left-handed bat. Changeup on the inner half of the plate. Though he gets it by Dooley for a called strike as the crowd supporting Alvarez here with a 1-2 count, 2 outs, and the pitch. Fastball fouled away over on the left side. Count stays at 1-2.
Dewey's still working back into it like you talked about, Joe. Missed a good amount of time with an injury. Still trying to get that comfort back at the plate.
And the 1-2 once again, swung on, hit up the middle, but there's the shortstop. Fabian fielding towards his glove side, right at second base, will step on the bag of fielder's choice. 6 unassisted, and the inning is over. A 1-out walk for the Chanticleers, but nothing doing here in the home half of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. At the end of 2 this afternoon in Auburn, it's the Tigers with a 1-0 lead on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
It's time! Sparks Toyota's used car super sale event is happening now. Get super sales savings on Sparks Toyota's largest used car inventory. Cars, trucks, SUVs. Sparks Toyota has discounted every used car online and on the lot with our lowest prices. Buy with peace of mind. All vehicles are meticulously inspected by our certified technicians. Plus, get up to 7 years, 100,000-mile warranty on used cars.
Click and save at sparkstoyota.com. Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
As our region's largest healthcare provider, Tidelands Health is dedicated to keeping the communities we serve healthy and active. We're a network of 4 hospitals and more than 60 care locations, stretching from Andrews to Little River. Our more than 2,500 employee, physician, and volunteer partners work side by side to transform the health of our region, promoting wellness, preventing illness, encouraging recovery, and restoring health. It's a singular commitment. It's our mission. At Tidelands Health, better health begins here.
Conway is Teal Nation's downtown. Before the game, swing by the Teal Nation store on Main Street and snap a photo in Teal Alley. After the Chanticleer victory, ring the bell and grab a bite at one of Conway's alumni-owned bistros. Top it off with Chauncey's favorite Teal dessert. We are Conway Downtown Alive. Proud to be a sponsor of Coastal Carolina University Athletics. Our shots are always up. Feel the Teal at ConwayAlive.com.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Top of the order, due up for Auburn here in the top of the third. Chris Rembert takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. Jacob Morrison ahead 0-1, already at 43 pitches now, moving into his third inning here this afternoon. Rembert hit a hot shot to the left side, snagged by Mitchell, and a 5-3 putout. As Mo trying to nibble over on the outer half of the plate, lower edge of the strike zone, misses a little too far outside. And it's 1-1 the count here to Rembert. Here's the pitch, and Mo misses down low again with the changeup. Behind 2-1, 2 walks in the first 2 innings, one of which came around to score on the 2-out single by Fralick. And the 2-1 misses low. 3-1 the count here to Rembert. Rembert, Terrell, and Ike Irish to bat here in the inning. Fastball hit on the ground sharply right to Ty Dooley off the backhand. Fields and fires to first in time. Behind the count, 3-1. You get hard contact, but the defense playing behind you, and I think that's what Mo has to keep in the back of his mind. Hey, pitch to contact, and the defense will play behind you, and you've seen it from the left side, and of course, a couple of fly balls, soft contact to the corner outfield positions. One away here in the third.
Well, you do not want to walk Chris Rembert. Go right at him, and now you can face Terrell, who has really struggled in the Super so far with 3 strikeouts already.
First pitch to Bub Terrell, swung on and missed. Good fastball with some run away from the left-handed hitter. Terrell just looks mixed up right now at the plate. He's kind of looking around after he swung through that pitch, and sometimes the baseball looks like a watermelon, and other times it looks like a golf ball coming at you. And that's where Terrell is at right now. Takes a fastball, swings through it over the outer half, and then takes the breaking ball for a called strike over the inside part of the strike zone. And it's 0-2 on the big left-handed hitter in left field. 0-2 pitch right around that same spot. Missed here for Morrison. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 away. 1-0 Tigers here in the top of the third. From the windup, Morrison deals. Fastball called, third strike over the inside corner. Terrell goes down looking. And Morrison now with 3 strikeouts on the afternoon. There are 2 up and 2 down for Ike Irish, just where you want to be for the second time in 3 innings with Irish at the plate and nobody on base.
They've gotten a lot out of Bob Terrell all season long, one of the All-SEC freshman team members, but I was a little surprised they didn't move him down further in the order for today's ball game, considering the struggles he had last night. Is continuing here because he bats in front of Ike Irish. They want him on base.
Irish swings at the first pitch, chopper through the right side for a base hit into the 4-hole, and Pato will field it cleanly on 1 pitch. Irish on base for the second time this afternoon. Walked in the first, singles through the right side here in the second. Puts a runner aboard here for Auburn, and that will bring up the cleanup hitter and first baseman Cooper McMurray.
But Sam again will take that because Rembert's 0 for 2, Terrell 0 for 2 right in front of him. He can come up there all afternoon with nobody on base. I'll be happy.
No, I think that, the way this game's going early, Auburn's hitting it where we're not. We're hitting it where Auburn is. Just getting some balls to go through here for their 2 hits.
McMurray struck out his first time up today, chased a pitch out of the strike zone, and Morrison delivers a first pitch fastball a little outside. Of course, was struck out yesterday by Matt Potok in the 9th with runners on first and second. Changed the trajectory of what looked to be maybe the final inning of play early this morning. The 1-0 up and away, 2 balls and no strikes.
You can make the argument, aside from Caden's game-winning home run, that was the biggest out of the contest. It swung the momentum back over to our side to give the guys a chance in the 10th.
Richards Sr., 6'4", out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, a transfer from Kansas. Ahead of the count, 2-0, the pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner. It looked like an off-speed changeup there from Morrison. I'm not sure that pitch was in the zone.
I was just thinking, Joe Burleson is not making many friends in either dugout right now.
2-1 the count as Morrison steps off the rubber.
Good job by Seth Buckminster, the second base umpire. Noticed that a bat had gotten loose from the on-deck circle. As Lucas Steele was warming up, he lost control of the bat. It rolled right behind home plate. That could have been dangerous if there had been a foul ball right behind home plate, and Caden Bodine had to traverse that.
Short lead for Irish over at first base with 2 outs. It'll be a 2-1 offering from the stretch. Morrison deals fastball, fouled away. Came right at him at 93. Got pretty good part of the strike zone there. McMurray behind the pitch as Morrison looks to work out of his 3rd inning of work here. 1 runner allowed thus far, 2 hits. He has walked 2. And the Shots find themselves behind early on this afternoon. It's a 1-0 score. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Right on that fastball was McMurray. Just missed it this time.
It's a 94, and that's about the top you're going to see from Jacob Morrison. But what that Ike Irish single did was force Morrison to have this at-bat and just more pitches to his pitch count. He's at 57 right now in just the 3rd inning, guys.
And this will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up to McMurray. The 2-2 once again. Changeup this time he holds. Does not pull the trigger on a 2-strike pitch out of the zone. The count runs full, and now Thorndike will play behind the runner at first base. It'll give Irish a head start with a 3-2 count and 2 outs in the inning. The runner goes, the 3-2, and there's a called 3rd strike over the outside corner. McMurray all crossed up. Big pitch from Jacob Morrison, his 4th strikeout of the afternoon. Both hitters this inning caught looking, and Morrison puts up a big 0 on the scoreboard. 2.5 in the books here at Plainsman Park. It's 1-0 Auburn on the Chanticleers Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Let's go Chanticleers. The South Carolina Department of Public Safety loves seeing all the fans join us for game day, and we'd like to take a moment to remind you to make good choices behind the wheel. Because life is already short, don't make it shorter. So never drink and drive, eliminate distractions, and always buckle up whether you're driving or just along for the ride. South Carolina's roads can be highways or dyways. The choice is yours. This message is brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Public Safety.
Urgent care is now expert care. OrthoSC, preferred 3-1 over any orthopedic practice in the region, proudly offers OrthoSC Urgent Care, where you can be treated by an orthopedic specialist 7 days a week for bone, joint, and muscle injuries. No appointment is needed, and walk-ins are welcome in Market Common in North Myrtle Beach, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and weekends, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Learn more at orthosc.com.
Conway is Teal Nation's downtown. Have you strolled the streets of downtown Conway lately? From trending apparel to handmade fragrances to elegant home decor, you'll experience a difference shopping local. And no trip to Conway is complete without a stop at the Teal Nation store to grab some gear. We are Conway Downtown Alive, proud to be a sponsor of Coastal Carolina University Athletics, where our shots are always up. Feel the teal at conwayalive.com.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Time to get this party started, boys. Trailing 1-0 as we move into the home half of the 3rd. Ty Barango, Wells Sykes, and Caden Bodine to match up with Andreas Alvarez. You know, the book early here on Coastal is swing early. Apparently, Alvarez.
Chapel Hill and leads North Carolina 10-8. That game is in the top of the 9th.
Well,
Tar Heels are the visiting squad in this one. Duke on top of Murray State 7-2, top half of the 7th in Durham. LSU 3, West Virginia 1. That's the first game of
34, 2 homers, 19 RBIs. His 24th start was 0 for 2 yesterday with a walk and a run scored. And the 0-1 from the freshman righty. A breaking ball, same pitch, same result, inside corner, and the count 0-2 here on Barango. Eric Snow has made 2 lights-out plays over at third base to lead off in each of the first 2 innings with Coastal at the plate. The 0-2 pitch, fastball outside. And you saw the catcher there, Bergen. Chase Freilich, that's exactly where he wanted that pitch. Off the plate, trying to set him up maybe to come back inside here. Still way ahead, 1-2.
Really good waste pitch with 2 strikes.
And the 1-2, the breaking ball line in the left field. First base hit of the afternoon for Coastal Carolina. That's a 2-strike leadoff base hit for Ty Barango. Shots have a runner aboard for the center fielder, Will Sykes.
That's one way to keep Eric Snow out of the mix, hit it over his head into left field.
Well, the difference there, first 2 pitches kind of backed up over the inside corner to twist up Barango. That 2-strike pitch hung out over the plate, about thigh high. Nice easy stroke and a liner into left center. Base hit for Barango, his first of the Supers. And now Sykes steps to the dish. That'll draw Snow in on the infield grass at third base. The Coastal center fielder hitting .292 this season, 3 home runs and 34 RBIs for Sykes. And Sykes making his 20th straight start in center field as they check in on Barango again over at first.
That's a quick pickoff move by Alvarez. He's going to use that all day today.
And Sam, following up on that too, you've got a left-hander as your first baseman, so that tag gets down on you a little bit quicker.
And Sykes swinging away, takes a first pitch fastball. Oof, a little low. Below the knees, I guess it goes. Sykes was 0 for 3 yesterday after a big regional with 5 hits and 11 at-bats. Takes a fastball too far inside, and it's 2-0. So let's see if the bottom of the order could propel this Coastal lineup with Bodine due up next. Short lead over there for Barango now at first base after he chases him back again. And the setup is Snow on the grass at third base. They shade up the middle at double play depth. The shortstop Fabian, the second baseman Rembert. Big hole on the right side of the infield. And the 2-0 down and away. 3 balls and no strikes. So Alvarez has some work to do. And if I'm Sykes here, I might be taking 2 pitches.
I would agree.
To try and work your way on base somehow, some way after the 2-strike base hit. Now you follow that with a free. Puts you in a real good spot with 2 on, nobody out at the top of the order. Due up next. The 3-0 from Alvarez is a strike over the outside corner. No one was real certain what Joe Burleson was going to do with that pitch.
Are you sure?
The catcher, Freilich, even sat there for a moment and held it. Say, you sure this one's a strike? We'll see here. Still a hitter's count for Sykes. The 3-1 from Alvarez. Swung on, line in the right field. That's going to hang up, though. That ball struck well. Irish right there to make the play. Hard hit ball the other way from Sykes. 1 out here in the inning.
It's hard contact by this Coastal order, and Sykes does it again as the number 9 hitter lines it just right to right field. But now it's Bodine, who probably should have been on base his first time up with a line drive to Snow over at third base.
He may have hit that shot harder than he hit his home run last night. I mean, that was a bullet right at Snow.
So Bodine at the plate. 3 for 5 yesterday, of course. 2 big swings. Swings at the first pitch, shoots one foul down the left field line. That's a 92-mile-an-hour fastball from Andreas Alvarez. The rookie right-hander trying to push push Auburn into the Tigers. You know, they're same colors.
People will tell you that Clemson is just Auburn with a lake, so
there you go.
You're not far off.
You drive through town here, it is reminiscent, just the whole really makeup of this campus, similar to what we've got in the upstate there. It'll be an 0-1 here to Bo. The pitch from Alvarez swung on and tapped foul right in front of home plate. I think it hit Bodine and maybe in his front foot there. Nonetheless, he's behind at 0-2. After the leadoff single by Ty Barango, Alvarez fell behind Sykes 3-0. Shot a line drive out to right on a 3-1 offering. Barreled it up, but right to the glove of Ike Irish. It'll be an 0-2 pitch as, again, they check on Barango over at first base, really trying to keep him close at the bag. Chanticleers will attempt to pressure you on the base paths. Barango, maybe not one of those guys, has 6 stolen bases on 6 attempts this year. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and popped up shallow center field. Just a couple of steps into the outfield grass is the shortstop Fabian. Trying to go down and get that one. The 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Easy pop fly, and on 3 pitches, Bodine is retired for out number 2.
One thing about Ty over at first base, Joe, I'm curious if the staff said don't steal. We want that open space between first and second for our left-handed hitter, Caden Bodine, try and dribble one through into the right field spot. Now you got a right-hander up here, we'll see if they maybe are a little more aggressive on the base paths here with 2 outs.
Sebastian Alexander digs in, tried to lay down a bunt base hit his first time up, was thrown out by Eric Snow over at third base. As Alvarez worked from the stretch, first pitch, good pick, and they've got Barango maybe hung up. No, dives back on the snap throw from Freilich. Picked that dirt ball cleanly and saw Barango, as yesterday it was Caden Bodine who threw out a runner Rembert at second on a dirt read. And a great play by the Coastal catcher. 1-0 the count here to Seabass. Chanticleer left fielder out of Mayfield, Ohio. The pitch from Alvarez. Breaking ball down in the dirt once again. And behind the count, 2 balls and no strikes.
That play you described was Caden Bodine's 45th caught stealing, which is now just 1 shy of Coastal's all-time record in that category. What else does this kid have to do? Buster Posey, are you listening?
Coastal trails 1-0, bottom half of the third. Just 1 hit on the scoreboard for the Shots early on as Alexander hits one off the end of the bat, foul over on the first base side. 2-1 now, not necessarily the 2-0 count that you want to see in terms of his swing there. Alexander, though, with some pop in the bat, has 10 home runs, 10 doubles on the year, 53 runs driven in. Barango with some pretty good speed over there at first base. Here's the 2-1, down and away. 3 balls and a strike.
Spitting on some good pitches. This is exactly what you wanted to see for Coastal. Work these at-bats and actually make Alvarez have to sweat out there a little bit. Pitch count up to 37 now.
Another 3-ball count here in the inning for the freshman right-hander. Here's the pitch to Seabass, down and away, ball 4. It's a 2-out walk to bring up the Coastal second baseman, Blake Barthel. Barthel hit the ball sharply his first time up, but right at the second baseman, Rembert, his counterpart on the right side of the infield. Do want to wish Blake Barthel's mom a happy birthday today.
Oh,
also
nice.
My wife a happy birthday today.
Glad you remembered that.
Well, I mean, we wished her a happy birthday at 2 o'clock
exactly.
in the morning this
We've already
morning.
done that. You're right.
How many times do I got to say it?
I just didn't want you to get home and the locks had been changed on the house.
Everett Tieford, the Auburn pitching coach, now will go to the mound to talk it over with Alvarez and the rest of the Auburn infield. Trying to go through the scouting report here with Barthel, riding an 8-game hitting streak. The Allentown, Pennsylvania native was 4 for 16 in the regions. His 25th multiple hit game on Friday, went 2 for 5 at the plate with a run scored. Barthel, one of those guys who can change the direction of a ball game with one swing of the bat. He has done it so many times throughout his Coastal career. He's had some ups and downs at the dish this season. But boy, with 2 outs, 2 runners on, trailing 1-0, we'd love baseball to find some green grass somewhere in the outfield here and try and bring home Barango to tie the score up at 1.
Yeah, you would think the leash relatively short for Alvarez. They've got some guys stretching already in their bullpen. He only pitched 5 innings in their regional win over NC State. That got out of hand. That may have played into it, but if he gets into trouble, they won't be shy to go to the bullpen.
And the first pitch gets behind the catcher, Freilich, and the runners advance on the wild pitch. After the visit to the mound, Alvarez dirts one, and I'm not sure if Freilich, as you said, dealing with that hand injury on the glove hand, kind of hit the front part of his glove and dipped between his legs. And a great read there by both Barango and Alexander to scoot up 90 feet now with runners in scoring position. Second and third here with 2 outs and a 1-0 count. Big at bat for Blake Barthel in the home half of the third. And a 1-0 count here from Alvarez out of the windup. The pitch swung on line to the right field. Does it get down? There's Irish charging in to make the play. Another well-hit ball for Coastal Carolina. Finds the glove an Auburn outfielder, and Alvarez sneaks out of trouble to close out the home half of the third. The shots leave 2 stranded in scoring position. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 3 this afternoon, the score remains Auburn 1 and Coastal 0 on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
From the North Star Financial Retire Right Studios, we're WRNN Socastee Myrtle Beach, your home for Coastal Carolina Chanticleer Sports.
Hi everyone, Cam the AC Man here with Ductworks Heating and Cooling. Don't let the name fool you. We're the Grand Strand's #1 full-service heating and cooling company. We specialize in high-efficient Trane and Bryant comfort systems, duct systems, and indoor air quality products and services. Need emergency service, maintenance, or your system replaced? Give Ductworks Heating and Cooling a call at 843-427-7411 or visit us at ductworksheatingandcooling.com. That's ductworksheatingandcooling.com.
Bud Light is the proud sponsor of Coastal Carolina University Athletics. Bud Light was brewed to be a delicious and easy-to-drink beer, even when the little things in life are hard, like when the game is going into overtime. But you have even more time to enjoy it in a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hampton Inn Broadway, located inside Broadway at the beach, home to entertainment shops and restaurants. Steps away from Margaritaville, Dave & Buster's, Ripley's Aquarium, and the new Hangout coming soon to Broadway at the beach. Top Golf, the Myrtle Beach Sports Complex, and the Convention Center are located just across the street. Looking to soak up some sun and waves? The beach is just 1.2 miles away. Enjoy our indoor and outdoor pools, daily free hot breakfast, and Wi-Fi on us. A comfy bed and the friendly faces of the team at the Hampton Inn Broadway at the beach await your arrival. So book your next visit at HamptonInnBroadway.com or call 843-916-0600 to book your stay today. Don't forget to mention the Coastal Carolina Visitation Rate.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
1-0 Auburn, top of the fourth, to take you through the next 3 innings. To deliver the play-by-play, one of our broadcast partners this weekend, our friend Chris Bergen, with a 1-0 lead for Auburn here at the top of the fourth.
Joe Katz, thank you, sir. We must be... Since the late night at the ballpark, umpires wasting no time to get back to work. Lucas Steele already behind in the count, 0-2 to Jacob Morrison in a 1-0 ball game with the Tigers leading, trying to force a game 3 tomorrow in this Auburn Super Regional. Long look in by Morrison. He rocks and deals the 0-2 pitch. Line right back up the middle, but there he is once again, right into the midst of a moving Blake Barthel to his right for out number 1.
1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. Moving into this 4th inning for Auburn, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 3 left stranded for Coastal. Shots best opportunity to put a run up in the last half inning, 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs. Sam, we've hit the ball hard today, but they've found the defense of Auburn so far.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate. Haven't gotten too many of those hits to fall down.
So here comes Eric Snow. Walked and scored the game's only run back in the 2nd inning. And looks at a strike over the outer half of the plate.
That's what you call a moving strike zone from pitch to pitch.
Snow had 2 hits last night, including a long home run that knotted this game at 6 as he flails one foul, right side and out of play, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
2 solid plays defensively today for Snow over at third base. What do you know? He works the walk in the 2nd and then scores all the way from first on the Freilich base hit into right field.
Junior out of Forsyth, Georgia, has been their MVP thus far. And the pitch line right back this direction into the screen. Count remains 0-2. Jacob Morrison approaching 70 pitches already, and we are just in the 4th. Auburn with a 1-0 lead. Jacob directly in the middle of the pitching mound, looks in, gets the sign from Bodine, and here's the pitch. Breaking ball missing high. And the count goes to 1-2.
There will be a game 3 in Chapel Hill as Arizona knocked off North Carolina. 10-8 the final in Chapel Hill, so they will win and advance tomorrow.
1-2 pitch, hit in the air towards right field, but Pato's got a bead on it, reaches back and makes the catch for out number 2. So quickly 2 up, 2 down for the Tigers as Bristol Carter will check in the center fielder. Boy, pitching optional in Chapel Hill, I guess, this weekend after the 18-2 game yesterday by UNC.
Hey, this is where Morrison needs to finish this thing off 1-2-3. He's been unable to do that through the first 3 innings of work. Got 2 outs with no one on in the first, had a walk, 2 outs with no one on base in the third, and then let up a single to Ike Irish. Did get out of those innings.
Yeah, first pitch off the plate as Billy Squire brings Bristol Carter to the plate. It flew out to right field his first time. Crowd kind of just settling in, waiting for something to cheer about. So next pitch off the plate, and it's 2-0. Morrison thus far this afternoon, 3 2/3 a run allowed. It is earned 4 strikeouts and 2 walks. And the pitch right down Broad Street for a called strike, and it's 2-1.
And Carter flew out to right his first time up today.
Outfield shades him towards right field. There's a lot of green grass down the left field line. And this pitch is lined right back up the middle from which it came. Morrison tried to stick his foot out with a skate save, and it got on him in a hurry and leaks into center field for a 2-out base hit.
There you go. The 1-2-3 inning eludes Jacob Morrison once again. Carter with his second hit in 6 at-bats here in the Supers. And it extends the inning now for Chase Freilich.
And it is the 3rd time in this ballgame that Auburn has gotten a 2-out base hit. They also got a 2-out walk back in the first inning.
And none bigger than, of course, the Freilich 2-out knock that drove home the only run of today's ballgame.
And Freilich digs in. A freshman out of Peachtree City, Georgia. And soft toss over to first to keep a check on Carter.
Carter with 14 stolen bases on 18 attempts. That's good for the team lead. So maybe with a 1-0 lead to try and get him moving. Set up an opportunity for Freilich with a runner in scoring position. Got him picked off, and he saved. Thorndike saw that he was leaning and was just unable to get that tag down quick enough. No doubt.
Yeah, I think he was going on that pitch, and they are fortunate that he was not thrown out over there on a terrific move by Jacob Morrison. He'll hop back and forth, modest lead this time, and he's standing on the bag when Morrison tosses over there this time.
Well, guys, I had lunch in the media room today, and I think I was sitting across from the Auburn radio broadcast team, and they kept talking about last night's game. Why are we running on Caden Bodine? Why are we even doing it? He's so good behind the plate.
Runner bluffs towards second, and this pitch is smashed over in the Coastal dugout.
Look out there, Pep, Coach Stahl, Matt Williams, Riley Eichhoff over there. Hey, keep Ike protected.
Yes, no doubt.
In the event that we do have to play tomorrow, he's our guy.
Put some bubble wrap on him down there. So 0-1 with 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th inning. Again, Coastal the home team here in Game 2. Tigers with a 1-0 lead. As Morrison comes set and deals, and this pitch bounding ball right to first on 1 hop, going to a knee to make the catch, and stepping on the bag is Colby Thorndike, and that will retire the side. So the 2-out base hit is stranded at first. No runs on a hit. 1 man left on through 4 innings. Auburn has stranded 4. They've left a runner on base in each inning. We head to the home half of the 4th inning. Coastal coming back to the plate, trailing Auburn 1-0 on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Choose Healthy Blue for your Medicaid plan. With Healthy Blue, you have access to thousands of quality providers to fit your needs. Earn rewards for completing simple activities like getting your flu vaccine or certain health screenings. Plus, qualifying members can get free extra benefits, including gift cards, car seats, diapers, and so much more. All from your local plan backed by the Cross and Shield. Get more from Medicaid with Healthy Blue. Go to healthybluesc.com to learn more. Choose Healthy Blue today.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Chanticleer fans, now is a great time to be a Chant, but it's also a great time to renovate and rejuvenate your home. There's no better way to do that than with new flooring or a beautiful tile shower from Flooring Panda, located just 3 miles east of Brooks Stadium. Here at Flooring Panda, they're dedicated to providing you with a wide range of selections from your high-end to your budget-conscious consumer. They pride themselves in taking good care of their customers, so come visit Flooring Panda at 864 Kingswood Drive in Conway. Chant's up!
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Right-hander Andreas Alvarez came in 3-1 on the season with a 5.27 ERA, but he's backing up a terrific start against NC State last week in the regionals with another strong effort thus far. As Coastal comes to bat in the bottom of the fourth inning, trying to figure him out. Chanticleers trail Auburn 1-0. Alvarez thus far, 3 innings of work, no runs allowed on just a base hit, 2 walks and a strikeout, and he's delivered just 40 pitches through 3 innings. As Walker Mitchell strides to the plate, cleanup hitter for Coastal. He'll be followed by Colby Thorndike and Blagan Pato.
Fourth inning was the big inning for Coastal yesterday. We put up 4 runs. Boy, we'd love to see a crooked number go up on the scoreboard here in the home half of the fourth this afternoon.
First pitch to Mitchell. Fans one foul, back out of play. And it's 0-1. He had a rocket shot right at third baseman Eric Snow to lead off the second inning and had no success getting it past Snow. So the Lexington sophomore is 0 for 1 as he digs in deep in the right-handed batter's box. And the next pitch right in there at the knees, I think. Walker not so sure. It's like the plate's on a swivel here. Keeps moving all around home plate.
Call that a warm burner when you're on the golf course. Skip one on the fairway.
Is the 0-2 pitch line right back up the middle and into center field. Past a diving Derek Fabian at shorts. And so a leadoff single from Walker Mitchell. Coastal's second hit has a leadoff man aboard.
Second time in as many innings, Alvarez had a hitter with 2 strikes to lead off the inning, and then he hangs a curveball. Barango line one in the left center with 2 strikes. In the third, Mitchell gets a hanger, and he banged it into center to lead off the fourth. That's his first hit of the Supers. Has taken 2 good swings, as you mentioned just a moment ago, on that hard line drive that was snagged by Snow. He took a double away from Mitchell his first time up.
So Auburn will play back. Double play depth up the middle as Colby Thorndike digs in. First pitch to him outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Thorndike walked his first time back in the second inning. Had, of course, the monstrous Conway Regional last weekend back at home. Difference maker he was. Throw over to first. Sliding back into the bag is Mitchell. They read the scouting report, too. They realize Walker is 11 of 14 in stolen bases this season. Alvarez will look over at him. Toss it back over there as well.
He's trying to make sure Coastal's not going to get any extra bases here from what they already have. Mitchell a threat to run over at first base, like you said, Chris.
Modest lead, and again a throw over, third straight time.
Maybe that'll put some tiredness on his arm, throwing over to first base, since he's only got 44 pitches right now.
And the pitch homeward, breaking ball, hit to first, stepping on the bag for 1. They'll throw on to second. They have to apply the tag, and they do. Unconventional 3-6 double play, but it works out for Auburn's first twin killing of the Super Regional. And the leadoff single is erased, and now 2 outs, nobody aboard for Blagan Pato.
We could have asked for a better situation there for McMurray over that first base. That ball was chopped directly to the bag. All he had to do was make sure that he fielded it cleanly with his left foot, stepped on first base, and then the easy throw and the tag out at second. And for the Auburn Tigers this season, double play balls have obviously been a pitcher's best friend, as 48th double play turned by the Auburn defense this spring.
And so Pato digs in and takes one off the noggin and turns immediately and says, I'm okay, to home plate umpire Joe Burleson, as Blagan turned his head. Fortunately, it hit the back part of his batting helmet, bounced straight up in the air, and so a hit by a pitch, and now that double play looms large as Coastal has a runner with 2 outs.
So second free allowed by Alvarez. First hit batter, that's the 167th hit batter this season. Mitchell was hit yesterday, and Pato now extends the inning with a hit by pitch here in the fourth with 2 outs to bring up Ty Dooley.
Righty-lefty matchup with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Auburn still a 1-0 lead, and looking at a called strike over the outer half of the plate at the belt.
Boy, that was a hanger right there for Dooley. That's a pitch he can drive into left center field. So you got Terrell shading in towards left center.
Wind continuing to blow out towards left field. Snap throw over to first. Sliding back into the bag is Pato.
Pato does have speed. 3 for 5 on stolen base attempts this year. But Alvarez has been able to stymie any potential base running here for Coastal. And with that quick pickoff move.
Next pitch, right in there for a called strike with the fastball, and it's 0-2. Dooley behind in the count with a runner at first and 2 outs.
Bounce one up the middle to the shortstop. Fabian his first time up on a fielder's choice at second base to end the second, his first at-bat here this afternoon.
And here we go with the 0-2 pitch, lined in left field, and this is going to get down in front of Bub Terrell out there in left for a base hit. So Dooley comes through, steers one into left. Runners at first and second with 2 outs for Ty Barango.
Back-to-back innings, we've got multiple base runners here with 2 outs. Something's going to have to give here for Coastal. Chanticleers has strung together 3 hits in the last 2 innings against Alvarez, a walk and a hit batter as well. It's 2 walks for Alvarez and a hit by pitch. Big at-bat here coming up for Ty Barango.
It's now dead even at 3. Each team errorless baseball to this point. Auburn with the only run. That coming in the second. They lead 1-0, but Coastal threatening here in the fourth. That first pitch in there for a strike at the letters. Barango not sure. And it's 0-1.
Very similar type pitch that he threw to Tybo with 2 strikes in his first at-bat. He lined it into left field for a base hit.
From the stretch, Alvarez will deal an 0-1 pitch. Fastball down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. There's some soft tossing going on now in the Auburn bullpen, which we have a perfect vantage point to view underneath the 37-foot green monster out in left field. They built the bullpen underneath that, and there's an open space that you can watch the pitchers get loose. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball to beauty over the inner half. Boy, that broke off the table there, and it's 1-2.
But the way that Barango approaches the pitches, he's got that big leg kick, was just waiting on that one and then didn't offer. But guys, look, all 3 of Coastal's hits have come with 2 strikes.
Got another opportunity to build upon that with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Here it is. And the pitch lined into right field, but right at Ike Irish. He backs up 3 paces, makes the catch. And so Coastal again will strand a pair of runners on base. No runs, a couple of base hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. Coastal's now stranded 5 over the course of the last 3 innings. We have completed 4 here from Plainsman Park in Hitchcock Field. Game 2 of the Super Regionals as we pause for a local timeout with the score. Auburn 1, Coastal 0. And from Van Wagner, you're listening to Coastal Carolina Baseball.
From now until the end of August, Brook Green Gardens presents Summer Light, Art by Night on Wednesdays and Saturdays from 6 to 10 p.m. Experience the gardens artistically lit up at night while enjoying live music and food trucks. You can also explore Gardens of Glass, the art of Craig Mitchell Smith, showcasing vibrant glass sculptures that capture nature's beauty. The pieces shine by day and glisten at night with intricate colors and details. Brook Green Gardens, more than you imagine. For info, go to brookgreen.org. That's brookgreen.org.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Top half of the 5th inning is rolled around here on a sun-splashed afternoon on the plains of Alabama. And Auburn has enjoyed the better of it thus far, though Coastal's had some opportunities. Chanticleers have hit the ball hard, only 3 base hits to show for their efforts. They trail 1-0 as Auburn will send 9-1-2 up against Jacob Morrison, who has settled in and pitched a darn good ball game to this point, hoping that the offense will finally join him.
Jacob Morrison getting a little of the Cameron Flukie treatment that we have seen at times throughout the course of this year, where Flukie had been dominant at times, but not getting the run support. And tip your cap to Alvarez, pitching to contact, albeit some hard contact today, but so far he's been able to utilize a strong effort behind him defensively, and a lot easier to pitch with 2 outs in every inning before something gets going for Coastal Carolina, even though we've had our leadoff hitter aboard in each of the last 2 innings, but nothing to show for it other than a couple of left base runners.
So Fabian digs in, popped out to the pitcher his previous time, and he squares to bunt again and takes a strike. That effort ended the 2nd inning when Auburn scored the only run of the ball game. 0-1 to the senior out of Ocala, Florida. Morrison rocks and deals the 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Boy, he was way out in front of the all-speed, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, pulled the string there. Beautiful changeup after landing a breaking ball for a strike to get ahead 0-1. The changeup, great arm action, same arm speed as the fastball.
And the 0-2 pitch hit through it about 55 feet.
And scooped up out of midair on one hop by Caden Bodine. He'll toss it over towards the Auburn dugout, and it's 1-2. Jacob Morrison more than likely will eclipse 80 pitches in this inning. Entered with 73. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball on the infield. Left side. Drifting back into left field on the grass is Ty Dooley. He'll make the catch to retire Fabian for out number 1.
Nice easy out. Morrison has retired the leadoff hitter now in each of the 5 innings. He has towed the rubber. And really, ideally here, you would like to go 1, 2, 3, and then you'd have, yes, again, the dangerous Ike Irish leading things off in what would be the 6th inning.
And this is the key guy right here. Rembert stands in. First pitch to him upstairs. Rembert 0 for 2 after collecting a pair of hits and an RBI last night in Coastal's 7-6 10-inning win. He's grounded out to third and to short. Tried the left side of the infield to no avail. And looks at a pitch down low as it bounces away, and it's 2-0.
And nothing to show for it, but he hit both of those balls well. The one snagged by Walker Mitchell to begin the ball game, and then hit a hot shot, but right at Ty Dooley, who actually went to a backhand. Did not have much time to kind of get in front of that baseball when he led off the third with the 6-3.
A 2-0 pitch, down low, 3 balls and no strikes. Boy, you don't want to walk this guy here.
And what fatigue is setting in right now, Chris, with Morrison at 80 pitches now. The longest he's gone, 107, back in March against Texas State.
3-0 pitch, nowhere near for ball 4. Well, not the worst thing considering the struggles Bub Terrell has had. But with only 1 out, you hate to put a potential second run on base. And now, more than barring a double play ball here from Terrell, Ike Irish will get to bat with a runner on base.
Terrell 2 strikeouts today, and here comes Matt Williams along with the rest of the infield. The battery of Morrison and Bodine. I'll give him an extra second to get himself together and maybe able to deduce a ground ball, see if we can't flip 2 here to get out of the inning.
Well, Matt Williams comes out to sprinkle some of that magic pixie dust he has carried in his pocket all season long, handling this pitching staff with aplomb. He has been terrific. What an addition to this staff. Was at South Carolina last year, comes over and guides one of the top 2 or 3 pitching staffs in the country this season. And the guys, this is not my opinion, this is what you get from the pitching staff. They rave about the job that Matt Williams has done.
Yeah, he stepped in here and just shown so much improvement with this pitching staff. Like we talked about it earlier, but a lot of the guys were out last year, and coming back this year, they've really settled in and just done an incredible job. The nation has certainly been on notice because the trend with Coastal Carolina has always been, oh, the lineup's good, but pitching's usually pretty mediocre, and that narrative has completely changed this year. The pitching has gotten Coastal to where they're at right now.
How's he not hot, though? Coach Williams came out in a hoodie that looks like it's one of the wool heavy knit hoodies. Good grief.
His best impression of Bill Belichick over there. Just needed some cut-off sleeves.
So here's Terrell, lines one into right field, his first base hit of the Super Regional. And it comes after the conversation with Jacob Morrison. He sees the first pitch, does not miss it. And he ropes one into right field, so they're at first and second now. And, you get into some trouble here with Ike Irish coming up.
Yeah, you get the 4-pitch walk there. And that was kind of a get-me-over strike. And credit Terrell, he was ready to hit and immediately offered at that pitch. Best swing he's taken now in 7 at-bats.
Yeah.
Has not bode well here for Coastal. With Irish at the plate, he's been on base twice. Singled through the right side his second time up. But at that time, it was with 2 outs and no one on base.
He's elevated his average 3 points and swings and pops one up on the infield and slams the bat down near home plate. The infield fly rule in effect as the ball will be caught by Walker Mitchell right behind the bag at third. And that is, cannot underscore how huge that pitch right there is.
And get a little over anxious there, did Irish on that first pitch from Morrison. And it was a pitch up in the zone and just got in on his hands. A little elevated around the numbers. And kind of an inside-out pop fly over to Walker Mitchell. Easy out, but now Morrison really has to dig down and bulldog here against Cooper McMurray.
The cleanup hitter looks at a pitch nowhere near. 1 ball, no strikes.
McMurray today, a pair of strikeouts, so Morrison's handled him nicely. A swing and missed third strike back in the first to end the inning. Then he struck him out looking to end the third. Hoping to do the same here to put a lid on the fifth and keep a 1-0 deficit for Coastal. That pitch, a breaking ball, outer half of the plate, called a strike to level the count at 1-1 with 2 outs, 2 men aboard. Auburn, the only run of the ball game, coming in the second, leading 1-0.
Hayden Johnson and Darren Horn getting loose in the Coastal bullpen beyond the wall in right center.
And the 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss over the top of that one, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, he was swinging fastball, and he got the 84-mile-an-hour changeup there way out in front. A good-looking pitch here for Morrison. Now what do you come back with?
As he'll come set at the belt, runners take their lead, and the pitch inside corner, called third strike. McMurray frozen, and for the third time, Jacob Morrison pumped up as he strikes out McMurray to end the fifth. He did it in the first to him. He did it in the third, and now does it here in the fifth inning to retire the side. A big strikeout from Jacob Morrison, and that will send us to the home half of the fifth inning. We are halfway home here at Hitchcock Field and Plainsman Park with our score, Auburn 1, Coastal Carolina 0, on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
The Hilton Garden Inn Myrtle Beach is an excellent choice for your stay in Myrtle Beach. With an on-site restaurant and bar, indoor and outdoor pool and spa, plus a 24-hour fitness center, they have everything you need for an incredible stay. Just minutes from Coastal Carolina University and all of the area's top attractions. They offer complimentary Wi-Fi, parking, and an airport shuttle. And shopping is just steps away at Coastal Graham Mall. Book your stay with their special CCU rate at the Hilton Garden Inn, Myrtle Beach.
Alps Mountain Affordable Hearing Aid Center is the official sponsor of the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. They would like to invite you to visit any of their 6 office locations across North Carolina. Get their very best in hearing care and hearing aids at Alps Mountain Affordable Hearing Aid Center. Office locations at Sunset Beach, Jonesville, Southport, Hickory, Boone, and Lincolnton. Call 1-800-326-9037. In hearing care and hearing aids at Alps Mountain Affordable Hearing Aid Center. Office locations at Sunset Beach, Jonesville, Southport, Hickory, Boone, and Lincolnton. Call 1-800-326-9037. In hearing care and hearing aids at Alps Mountain Affordable Hearing Aid Center. Office locations at Sunset Beach, Jonesville, Southport, Hickory, Boone, and Lincolnton. Call 1-800-326-9037.
Miller Lite is brewed with great taste and only great taste.
The Miller Brewing Company would like to issue a
hitter will stand in against Andres Alvarez, and the first pitch to Sykes, way outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Alvarez has worked 4 innings, no runs allowed on 3 base hits. That was his 54th pitch of the afternoon on a hot and humid day on the loveliest village on the plains. And this pitch lined into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Wells Sykes makes the turn at first. He'll hold up there as Terrell gets it back to the infield. But again, Coastal with a base hit to get the leadoff man aboard. And that'll bring to the plate, top of the order, in Caden Bodine.
Third consecutive inning, Coastal with a leadoff base hit on a hard line drive single. I've got the best color man in the business sitting next to me, Patrick Osborne. He's putting his hands out like, we should sacrifice. I'm like, no way in hell is that happening.
He wasn't at the press conference last week.
He was not, was he?
It is hot as hell right now, and there's no chance in hell that Caden Bodine is going to be asked to bunt here. And now comes the Auburn pitching coach out of the third base dugout, Everett Tieford. Now, this is now third time through the order. We've taken some pretty good swings off of Alvarez, and you feel like maybe something bubbling up towards the surface here. But the Chanticleers got an opportunity that they need to take advantage of. And for anything else, to help support Jacob Morrison, he has pitched his tail off so far, particularly in that last half inning to get out of a jam. And that's going to do it, in fact, for Alvarez.
And it may be Cade Fisher. I saw a left-hander getting loose down there. He was the guy that filled in and finished off the NC State regional victory. So we've got a Sparks Toyota call to the bullpen. We will tell you about the new Auburn pitcher. Coastal with the leadoff man aboard, trailing 1-0 in the middle of a pitching change here in the bottom of the fifth. The Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
With 4 mini golf facilities and a driving range, it's golf fun for everyone at Myrtle Beach Family Golf. At Shipwreck Island, putt your way through an excursion on a deserted island. Stay on the paths as you journey into the world of dinosaurs at Jurassic Golf. Experience a jungle adventure through the rainforest with elephants,
I'm surprised they
monkeys,
started
zebras,
right
and
in.
more. Play along with the Lost Boys through Never Never Land at Captain Hook's, or brush up on your golf swing at one of the 54 hitting bays at Cane Patch Driving Range. Just mention Go Shots to get your discount, or visit MyrtleBeachFamilyGolf.com.
Let's go Chanticleers. The South Carolina Department of Public Safety loves seeing all the fans join us for game day, and we'd like to take a moment to remind you to make good choices behind the wheel. Because life is already short, don't make it shorter. So never drink and drive, eliminate distractions, and always buckle up whether you're driving or just along for the ride.
Sam, eliminate
South
distractions.
Carolina's roads can be highways or dyways.
No doubt.
The
That's right.
choice is yours. This message is brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Public Safety.
It's time! Sparks Toyota's used car super sale event is happening now. Get super sales savings on Sparks Toyota's largest used car inventory. Cars, trucks, SUVs. Sparks Toyota has discounted every used car online and on the lot with our lowest prices. Buy with peace of mind. All vehicles are meticulously inspected by our certified technicians. Plus, get up to 7 years, 100,000-mile warranty on used cars.
Click and save at SparksToyota.com. Sparks Toyota, where the dealer is always in.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Well, the Sparks Toyota call to the bullpen for Auburn brings in a left-hander. Not a big surprise after Coastal struggled against lefties last night. Out of the pen, 6'3" junior Joe Katz. It's Cade Fisher from Dalton, Georgia, transfer from the University of Florida.
Yeah, and for Fisher here this season, 13 appearances, 1-2 record. He's made 10 starts, so he's largely been a starting pitcher. 4.76 ERA, 39 2/3 innings pitched. Has allowed 6 homers this year. Opposing hitters batting .231, and the lefties gave us fits through the middle innings yesterday.
And also you swing Caden Bodine back around and make him bat from the right side now as a switch hitter. As I mentioned, the last appearance for Fisher was this same game plan. They started Alvarez, who went 5 innings against NC State. Fisher came in with no pressure on him in a blowout situation and closed out the Wolfpack. A little more pressure here in a 1-0 ball game, and Caden Bodine lines the first pitch he sees into right field. So back-to-back base hits, and Coastal's in business here in the 5th.
And now with Sebastian Alexander at the plate, I would agree wholeheartedly with the best color man in the business, our friend Patrick Osborne. Yes, now you try and lay down that sacrifice bunt, move the runners over, you get 2 cracks at it with potentially runners in scoring position, and that's going to draw the attention of Eric Snow, the third baseman. He's already made a play here today. Best case scenario here, see if Alexander can put it down the first base line. Left-handed pitchers, typically they fall off towards the third base side of the rubber. You poke one down the right side of the infield, maybe it turns into a hit.
He does square the bunt right back to the pitching mound. Only play will be on to first. Fisher, I don't think in time, no. He waited too long, soft toss to first, not in time. Infield bunt single for Sebastian Alexander, and they are loaded now for Blake Barthel with nobody out.
Sorry there.
Well, hey, Fisher, that was going to be a tough play. Fisher had to come up before the mound and pick that ball up, then spin around and go to first, and we know how fast Sebastian Alexander gets up and down that line. What a huge bunt single, and its bases loaded, nobody out.
Well, clearly got to come through here in a 1-0 ball game. Auburn in front, bottom of the 5th inning, a Coastal win, and we are off to the College World Series. An Auburn win, and we are back here tomorrow for a decisive Game 3. Barthel 0 for 2, first pitch to him in there for a strike. Blake didn't think so. And it's 0-1 to the junior out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. A ground out to second to end the first, and a fly out to right to end the third.
I don't know. Lefty here. A little outside to me.
A 1 pitch. That one right in there for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Kind of rounding the plate there.
Just get a good at bat here for Blake. Get it to the outfield. Just don't strike out.
First in the country in sacrifice flies this year with 40. We'd love it right here.
0-2 pitch, way outside. And it's 1-2. Sort of get an uneasy feeling here at Plainsman Park. We were chatting about that an inning or so ago. Even with Auburn in front 1-0, I don't think their fans feel really comfortable about that lead. And now it is certainly in jeopardy here in the bottom of the 5th. The 1-2 pitch. Just off the plate. My gracious.
I mean, the first 2 pitches were strikes over the outer half, and you got the same pitch, after the breaking ball that misses. And Joe Burleson doesn't give it to the lefty.
Martha was trying to call time. And finally, he's granted time at home plate. Third ever meeting between Auburn and Coastal. The first coming back in 2019 in the NCAA tournament. Auburn a big 16-7 win. And then, of course, last night's thriller with Coastal winning in 10 innings, 7-6. Part of Coastal's 22-game winning streak. Chanticleers at 52-11. Most wins in the country to this point. And now Blake Morthel digs back in, awaiting a 2-2 pitch from Cade Fisher. And it's a swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him. And that, Joe, is probably the one thing you just did not want him to do is strike out. You could even ground into a double play. It wouldn't be the preferred method, but that would have played it a run. Now a double play gets Auburn out of this mess.
Now the pressure goes to Walker Mitchell, who's hit 2 baseballs really hard this afternoon with a line out to third base in the 2nd and a single in the 4th.
And Walker digs in. And the pitch. Outer half of the plate called a strike. It's 0-1. Boy, guys, you just feel like this is a huge momentum swing right here either way. Coastal can grab the lead. Obviously, the momentum into our dugouts. Auburn gets out of this, and boy, it's a huge lift for them. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled straight back. Boy, he was on that one. Josh missed it. And it's 0-2 to the cleanup hitter for the Chanticleers, Walker Mitchell.
He's taken 2 pretty good swings in his first 2 at-bats. 1 for 2 to show for it. Line one up the middle his last time up. Eric Snow made one heck of a glove save on a line drive. When he led off the second, though, here behind the count, 0-2.
Bases loaded, 1 out, 0-2 the count, and the pitch almost hit him. Walker pretty good about being hit.
Would not be surprising if he were put on base via the free. He was hit by pitch in last night's contest as well.
The 31st time he's been hit by a pitch is a new program single-season record. 1-0 Auburn here in the 5th. Big opportunity for Coastal. Fisher into the line. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. And we'll do it again at 1-2.
You look at the splits. So hitting 278 here coming into the at-bat. Batting over 315 against left-handed pitching. So sees the ball better, no doubt, out of the left-hander's arm then and the hand, then maybe the right-hander, where he's batting just 265 on the year.
So Mitchell climbs back in the right-handed batter's box. Cade Fisher about to deliver the pitch towards home plate. And again, the 1-2 pitch. Poked foul, first base side, and sprayed out of play. And we'll do it again at 1-2.
You feel like you get the sense that Mitchell seeing the ball well out of the left hand from Fisher, just on his ability to protect the plate with 2 strikes and continue to spoil as he nibbles around the strike zone. See if he doesn't leave one up here, allowing Mitchell to tag it, find a gap somewhere.
And again, the 1-2 pitch off the plate. And it's 2-2. Chanticleers have out-hit them 6-4. Been a clean game defensively, neither team with an error. And Auburn, the only run of the ball game, that coming in the 2nd inning. And now Coastal trying to change the trajectory of this game. Here with a big bottom of the 5th. Bases loaded and 1 out. The 2-2 pitch. Pop foul, again out of play. And we'll do it again.
Oh, you really want Mitchell to take care of business here, because who's on deck? Well, it's Colby Thorndike. And the lefty-lefty matchup will certainly favor Cade Fisher.
This is going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up here with this count at 2-2. To me, eventually Fisher's going to lay one out there over the middle of the plate, and Mitchell's going to tag it.
Been a really good at-bat to this point. Let's see if Mitchell can finish it off. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Fouled straight back again. Boy, another really good cut by Walker. And the count holds at 2-2.
This is the type of baseball that you love, right? Runners on base, middle of the ball game. It's been nip and tuck all the way so far.
The pit in the middle of my stomach would say otherwise. It is edge of your seat stuff here from Plainsman Park, as last night's game was. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out, and the pitch. Poke foul again out of play, first base side.
This could be the at-bat of the season right here. Mitchell is spoiling some good offerings by Fisher. He keeps this at-bat going.
Who is the guy that's going to step up on any given day for Coastal Carolina? You never know. I feel like number 5 right now is positioned to come through in a big way for Coastal Carolina, trailing 1-0 with the bases juiced.
He's seen, you would think, everything Fisher has to offer. 2-2 pitch off the plate, ball 3. A walk ties the game.
And you can get a sense, Coastal fans, on their feet, understanding the magnitude of this next pitch coming up for the lefty Fisher out of the bullpen.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch popped up, right side of the infield, drifting back and making the catch. Infield fly roll again in effect. And Cade Fisher wins a tremendous battle of tug of war with Walker Mitchell for out number 2.
Just got in on his hands enough. Mitchell got crossed up on that fastball, and after fighting countlessly, he is able to win that battle, but he's got one big one left here with 2 outs. Chanticleers with a golden opportunity, bases loaded, nobody out, middle of the order at the plate. Is going to come up and down to Colby Thorndike. And this is why Coach Thompson, I'm sure, alerted the catcher, Freilich, and the rest of the infield, hey, go talk with Fisher, let him settle down, a 12-pitch at bat.
Incredible.
Oftentimes after you exude that much energy, that next pitch, the next hitter tends to stay up in the zone, and if you're in attack mode and aggressive, Colby Thorndike can potentially take advantage of that.
Colby digs in, 0 for 1, hit into a double play back in the 4th inning, walked in the 2nd. Coastal trailing Auburn 1-0 at what appears to be a critical juncture in this game, bottom half of the 5th inning with the bases loaded and now 2 outs. As Fisher comes set, and now pitch clock still winding down. Now they'll reset it. And he's ready to go. Man, the first pitch. Down low, I guess. I've stopped trying to figure out Joe Burleson behind home plate. We've got the game on here in the Carolina Trust broadcast booth, but the problem is it's about a pitch or so behind live action. And the 1-0 pitch. That one outside for sure, and it's 2-0. First pitch was a strike, wasn't it?
Close.
Don't ask questions, boys.
Oh, my.
I got a 2-0 count here for Thorndike.
You turn him loose?
Oh, yeah. You get a pitch on the inner half.
2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. It was on the inner half, but just at 77 miles per hour. Softest toss we've seen from anybody today.
That's ball 3 right there that he swung at. That was down out of the strike zone.
So Fisher gets a breath of fresh air. It's now 2 balls and a strike. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and the pitch fouled straight back. And now Colby Thorndike down to his final strike here. Here comes the crowd again. An opportunity for Auburn to get out a massive jam here in the 5th. Coastal had the bases loaded and nobody out for the middle of the order. Come on, Colby, come through. 2-2 pitch, here it is. Swing and a miss, strike 3. My gracious. Listen to this place. Leadoff single by Sykes. Bodine follows with a base hit. Sebastian Alexander, a bunt single, but then strikeout, pop out, strikeout to retire the side. We're through 5 here at Auburn. Super Regional Game 2. Our score remains Auburn 1, Coastal 0. The Chanticleers Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Invest in the beauty and comfort of home with Shade & Shutter Expo. Shade & Shutter Expo carries a large selection of blinds, shades, shutters, awnings, and solar porch shades to fit many styles and budgets. Shade & Shutter Expo provides turnkey service by helping you pick your designs, measuring, and professionally installing your products. Shade & Shutter Expo. Made local, shop local. Visit their showroom at 3147 Fred Nash Boulevard in Myrtle Beach or online at ShadenShutterExpo.com.
Opening summer 2023, join us in welcoming the Fairfield Inn & Suites Coastal Carolina. The Fairfield Inn & Suites is your home for all things in Conway and the greater Myrtle Beach area. The hotel will boast 98 well-appointed rooms and suites with complimentary hot breakfast daily, wireless internet, and pool. The hotel is located just across from Coastal Carolina University and Horry Technical College. From your friends at the Fairfield Inn & Suites Coastal Carolina, go Chanticleers.
The Sansbury Butler Properties real estate team has all the resources you need to buy or sell a home from the Grand Strand to the historic Waccamaw River and everywhere in between. Kevin Sansbury, a CCU alum, can help you locate your dream home anywhere on the Grand Strand. With over 50 years of combined experience, we specialize in residential, commercial, land, and waterfront properties in Conway, South Carolina, and surrounding areas. We know real estate, making big moves together.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
You hope that we don't come back and rue the fifth inning. Coastal had the bases loaded and nobody out, a pair of strikeouts and a pop-out, and Auburn's out of the mess. And now we go to the top of the sixth. Lucas Steele, Eric Snow, Bristol Carter due up against Jacob Morrison, who deserves a better fate to this point. He's pitched a dandy. 1 run on 4 base hits, all Auburn has. Coastal nothing across the scoreboard with 6 hits, but guys 8 stranded on base, including leaving the bases loaded in the 5th.
And the worst kind of scenario here after putting the bases loaded, no one out, is for Auburn to come back and score a run or 2 here.
Steele swings through the 1-0 breaking ball, and the count levels at a ball and a strike. Steele today 0 for 2, flew out to left to lead off the second, line to second base to begin the 4th. The 1-1 pitch smashed into right field for a base hit. Now you wonder how much more Jacob Morrison can endure, because he is up to 90 pitches in this ballgame.
Well, the good thing is that we obviously feel good about the bullpen, but in the scenario we don't get the job done in this game and go to tomorrow, who's going to be left? You want Morrison to go as long as he can.
I think that's why you extend him out here.
It's still only 1-0, yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll bring up Eric Snow, who scored the only run of the game after walking in the 2nd inning. That seems like 3 days ago. And the first pitch to him, tried to check his swing, and could not do so as they appealed to Jeff Gosney down at first.
Boy,
I thought it was a strike anyway.
Yeah, a strike, and he swung around. He almost completed a full entire swing, and now we're going to appeal down the first baseline. Hey, I get it's hot out for everyone.
Morrison throw over to first. And again, they are not reading Morrison all that well. So I don't know how much they're going to ask Lucas Steele to run. He's 2 for 2 this season in stolen bases. But again, you get the sense every run in this ball game is magnified tenfold. And the pitch, called a strike, and give Caden Bodine credit for that one. He framed it, got it back in the zone, but that looked off the plate.
Bodine steals strikes. That's what he does.
It's been a tough day.
Highway robbery.
For Joe Burleson behind home plate. And Auburn fans not real happy with him right now. 0-2 the count to Snow. And the pitch poked out towards second base, charging. Flipped to short for 1, but dropping the baseball. They're going to say on the transfer, Dooley lost possession of the baseball, so it'll be a fielder's choice. And an out down at second, but I think Auburn is going to appeal here, and we may have our first review of the Supers. This ball was hit slowly out towards second, flipped to a second base, and boy, that's going to be close, guys, on the review.
They're going to confer about it. I think that this is going to get reversed. I don't know if Dooley had full control of that ball.
Oh, sounds like we're playing at Brooks Stadium football with the referee microphone there. I mean, ball tapped out just for Barthel to make. Look at the arm angle that he did. I mean, I think that he had that ball. I don't know if his foot was on the bag or not when he made that turn.
You know what I think how he lost the ball?
Well, they got a tag on, too.
When Steele slid into second base, his helmet hit Dooley's glove. And that's what knocked the ball out.
was really surprised that Barthol tried to make that play over to second base with how slow that ball was hit. Still goes to the lead runner, and if this stands and is out number 1, that's a great play.
I mean, it's one of those things, right? That could go either way based on the multiple reviews that we have seen already. Now the third base coach kind of in the way of the third base camera well there.
Now the good news is he was called out on the field. Oh, boy.
I mean, that looks like he's out.
Yeah, I think that's a good play down there by Dooley, but we'll see. Elsewhere on the CNB scoreboard, Joe was telling you about some of the finals earlier today. Arizona forcing a Game 3 in Chapel Hill as they win 10-8 over the Tar Heels. Meantime, Miami also forcing a Game 3 in Louisville as they knock off the Cardinals 9-6. Auburn trying to do likewise here, trailing this Super Regional 1-0. Duke out in front of Murray State, bottom of the 8th inning, 7-4. And LSU all over West Virginia in the bottom of the 5th, 10-1. After review, we have they're going to confirm the out at second base, and I think that's the right call. So they get the lead runner.
Barthol was able to make that play. I mean, he chucked that ball from like underneath his hip.
It was almost like watching a side armor pitcher. So big play there after the review. The call stands. So a runner at first, but with 1 out now for Bristol Carter. He's 1 for 2.
Carter put a pretty good swing on it his last time up with a line drive up the middle. Flew out to right his first time up this afternoon.
And Morrison deals his 94th pitch and is fouled directly over our heads and out of play. 0-1. Pretty much beyond capacity here, considering how many fans they have, again, lined up and down the 3-decker parking lot over here to our left as this pitch is poked down the right field line and slices out of play. 0-2. They were at that parking deck yesterday, hours before the ball game. Same thing here. And then, of course, beyond left field and beyond right field, the new bleachers they constructed just a couple of days ago. So full house here at Plainsman Park. They've seen a heck of a pitcher's duel. And the pitch homeward, Weekly pulled foul, but he stays alive. He was way out front of that pitch. I don't know how Carter got the lead part of the bat on the baseball.
It's been the 96th pitch of the afternoon for Jacob Morrison. He's been a Bulldog for us all season long, and he has Bulldog through some big innings here this afternoon. Has worked with guys on base pretty much all day long.
He has not had a 1-2-3 inning today. The 0-2 pitch, fastball. They'll peel, no swing. Carter able to check his swing, so says Jeff Gosney down at first. 1-0, Auburn in front, top of the 6th inning. Tigers with the only run of the game coming in the 2nd. They win, we're back here tomorrow. Coastal wins, we're on our way to Omaha in the College World Series. The pitch, again pulled foul over into the Auburn dugout. And we'll do 1-2 once again, as the pitch count continues to elevate for Jacob Morrison.
He's thrown over 100 pitches 2 times so far this season. This one looking like it's going to be number 3.
As Bristol Carter waggles the bat back and forth in the right-handed batter's box, runner takes his lead from first, and the 1-2 pitch upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Carter.
I think this might be his last one here with Chase Fralick due up next. Fralick, pretty good hitter, even though he bats 8th, as we've highlighted, hitting well over 330, responsible for the only run driven in here this afternoon.
Morrison from the belt, 2-2 pitch. Fly ball into left center field, giving chase, and trying to make the catch, can't do so. Sliding attempt out there by Wells Sykes, great effort, but the ball kept knuckling down in front of him and got a glove on it, but it bounced away, so it'll be a base hit in there at first and second with 1 out.
And Sykes was shading over to right center field, so he had a long way to get to that baseball. And with some top spin on it, had a tough time getting a good read, I think. And because that ball was hit right in dead center field, so if he's playing straight away, that's an easy out.
And now, guys, you go back to the play that Blake Barthol made. I don't think the run would have scored because he would have had to hold up at second to make sure that Sykes did not make the catch out there, but they would be at the corners with 1 out for sure.
They're going to leave Morrison out here, boys.
against Chase Fralick. And the first pitch way downstairs, nowhere near. And it's 1-0.
1 for 2, the single down the right field line. Grounded over to Colby Thorndike his last time up.
Wind starting to really pick up out towards left field. As Auburn tries to add to what is a 1-0 lead here in the 6th. And the pitch, big swing and foul tipped into the mid of Caden Bodine. And it's 1-1.
Well, you can see why Auburn has put up the numbers that they have put up offensively this year. They get guys on base. They're looking for the big bopper. They're looking for the big 3-run home run. And evidence as of that last swing that Fralick just came up empty on.
1-1 pitch, fly ball into right field. Going back now, chasing in a hurry. Blanket Pato, diving catch. Oh, nice play out there by Pato, who has made some terrific defensive plays here in the NCAA tournament. Makes another one right there. Backed up on it initially, charged in and made the catch for out number 2.
You think that maybe last pitch that he swung through, as an outfielder, you get a pretty good look as to where the hitter is at based on maybe swings prior to a ball actually getting put in play. That pitch before the one he hit to right field, big old swing, takes another big old swing. That was off the end of the bat, so he takes that first step back and then drops it into high gear to make the play.
Derek Fabian, the 9th place hitter, stands in, looks at a breaking ball inside corner for a strike. He's 0 for 2. Pop out to the mound to end the 2nd, and a pop out to short to begin the 5th.
Now over 100 pitches. This will be the 104th of the afternoon for Jacob Morrison.
As Fabian awaits the pitch and swings right through the fastball. Still some pretty good giddy up on his 100-plus pitch. That was 93.
Well, you look at 6'8", 93, probably looks more like 96 with that extension. It turns a 60-foot, 6-inch distance between the mound and home plate to about 50 feet and 6 inches by the time he releases that ball out in front of him.
Coastal fans on their feet trying to guide Morrison through. The 0-2 pitch, checked his swing. Going to be called. 3rd strike nonetheless. Jacob Morrison with a big strikeout to punctuate the 6th inning. His 6th K, maybe the last batter he faces as Morrison pumped up as he exits stage right. A base hit, another base hit, but they are left on board, and we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Time to get some offense. 1-0 the score. Auburn out in front of Coastal on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Napa know-how.
For the months of May and June, your local Napa Auto Parts stores and your local Napa Auto Care Centers are offering a $50 Visa gift card when you buy $250 of Napa brake parts and accessories. That's right. When you buy Napa brake pads, you're getting a $50 prepaid Visa card. Your brakes are the most important safety feature on your car, and your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores and authorized Napa Auto Care Centers want you to be safe and save money too. This great deal is going on now through June 30th. So if your brakes are squealing or your ride is suffering due to bad braking, see your Napa Auto Parts and Service experts today. You'll know the difference when you shop at one of the locally owned Knipe family Napa stores. Napa Auto Parts is proudly celebrating 100 years of servicing America's automobiles. And for the months of May and June, your local Napa Auto Parts stores and local Napa Auto Care Centers are offering a $50 Visa gift card when you buy $250 of Napa brake parts and accessories. Napa Auto Parts, nationally known and locally owned.
Napa know-how.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Entering this super regional, conventional wisdom was it was going to be a tightly contested series. The two teams have scored each 7 runs thus far in the series. And right now, Auburn's got a 1-0 lead in the ball game. Coastal's got a 1-0 lead in the series, trying to punch their ticket back to Omaha, first time since the national championship run in 2016. The Chanticleers have 4 more at-bats, perhaps, to try and turn this around. It's been a 1-0 pitcher's duel between Jacob Morrison and the starter, Andreas Alvarez, but now Cade Fisher in to pitch for Auburn.
Got Pato, Dooley, and Barango. Okay, we've had golden opportunities last 3 innings where we've put the leadoff runner on base. Nothing to show for it. Let's see if we can't break through now in the home half of the 6th. Incredible effort there by Jacob Morrison. Back-to-back innings where he's had multiple runners on base, less than 2 outs, gets himself out of the jam, keeps us at 1-0. Something has to give here for this Coastal lineup in the back half of today's ball game. We're able to scratch 1, 2, maybe 3 across, and that could potentially be enough to win the way this ball game's been playing out. And there he's hit by pitch.
And got him on the sleeve, and Pato immediately turned back to look at home plate umpire Jeff Burleson and said, I got plunked. And head coach Butch Thompson of Auburn not really happy on the top step of the dugout, saying they leaned in with that one. But the hit by a pitch will be another opportunity for Coastal to get the leadoff man aboard.
And this is something Coastal, and he did not lean into that pitch. He stood his ground, and that's something that Coach Stahl, literally early on in the year, we practiced this. They sprinkle in baseballs that are Nerf balls, essentially, and say, here, it's coming in at 90. Stay there. And then every once in a while, there'll be a hard ball that comes in and hits you.
I'm guessing a Nerf ball still hurts as Ty Dooley shortens to bunt and takes it low, I guess. It's 1-0. Jeff Burleson may need a quick exit as soon as this ball game is over. He has not made many friends in the seats nor the dugouts today. As Fisher comes set, and the pitch bunted in the air, foul territory, and will get up into the netting up the third base side, and it's 1-1.
Hayden Johnson getting loose in the Coastal bullpen. I would suspect that he will start the 7th for the Chanticleers, Myrtle Beach area kid at Socastee High School.
Ty Dooley tied with Walker Mitchell for the team lead in sacrifice bunts, each with 10. And the quick throw over to first base as Blagan Pato racing back to the bag after being hit by a pitch for the second straight time. He was also hit in the fourth.
And the fourth consecutive inning with a leadoff runner aboard for the Shants.
And the 1-1 pitch again bunted in the air, foul by Dooley, and now he's behind to the count 1-2, and you'll see if Kevin Snall leaves the bunt sign on.
I don't know that we keep this stat, but for Coastal Carolina, we this season have hung our hat on the ability to bunt with 2 strikes and get the bunt down successfully. I've never seen it as successful and as done as many times as Coastal's done here in 2025.
He is bunting the 1-2 pitch, taking third strike over the outer half of the plate. And so Dooley goes down on strikes. I think something to build into that, Joe, is most teams won't attempt to bunt with 2 strikes.
And you either got to commit. That's a breaking ball down and away, and probably the easiest pitch to bunt out of. They was right there on the knees, and that's an easy pitch to bunt.
Yeah, he really dropped that one down.
Put that bat head up, ball goes down. Yep. As compared to the previous 2 attempts, that bat head dropped and the ball pops up.
So here's Ty Barango again, a throw over to first. Keep Pato close. Barango 1 for 2, singled back in the third inning. Flew out to right field to end the fourth. Coastal has left 8 men aboard, as have the Auburn Tigers. Hits are even at 6. The only difference, 1-0 Auburn. As that pitch is outside to Barango, 1 ball, no strikes.
Barango put 2 good swings on it here today. Line drive, base hit to left center, his first time up with 2 strikes. Shot one out to right to end the fourth. So 1 for 2 today for Tybo.
From the stretch, Cade Fisher will deliver, and the pitch upstairs with the fastball, and it's 2-0.
I think during the season, Barango really benefited from getting in the lineup every day when Dooley was out with his injury. I saw his average skyrocket toward the tail end of the season, now playing back-to-back days at the DH spot. And Barango's put together some good at-bats.
And the pitch almost hit him. He pirouettes out of the way, and the count now 3-0. Coastal fans wanted him aboard.
And Barango made 10 straight starts in the back end of the regular season and then through the Sun Belt Tournament in Montgomery before Dooley returned for the start of the Conway Regional against Fairfield.
So Cade Fisher delivers a 3-0 pitch right down the heart of the plate. It's 3-1. Coastal today just 3 of 14 with runners on base. Auburn hasn't been any better. They are 3 of 13. Coastal 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Unfortunately, Auburn is 0 for 4 in those clutch opportunities. 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. And so they're at first and second with 1 out for Wells Sykes.
I mean, this is playing into the Coastal hands here, as we have seen so many times this year. We feast on free base runners, and we get 2 frees here with 1 out of the inning. And Wells Sykes at the plate. Sykes has put 2 good swings on the baseball as well today. He lined 1 out to right his first time up. Hit a line shot into left field. Hit his second at bat when he led off the 5th. Coastal loaded the bases with nobody out in the 5th and were unable to bring a run home with 2 strikeouts and a pop-up over to first base, going 3-4-5 through the middle of the order. Caden Bodine to bat next as well.
So runners at first and second. Coastal trailing 1-0, and the pitch to Sykes off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes.
And this is where Sykes really has to lock in here. Make sure he gets a pitch to hit. Don't chase. Get yourself an opportunity to barrel up a baseball, knowing that they don't want Caden Bodine due up next, but the base is loaded.
1-0 pitch right in there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
A little surprised that they don't have Sykes trying to drop down a bunt here with runners on first and second and 1 out, and Bodine up next.
From the stretch, the 1-1 pitch fouled straight back, slapped into the screen, and it's 1-2. The only negative to doing that, Sam, is then you would have first base open, and you're almost assured to take the bat out of Caden Bodine's hands, I would think.
Yep.
Yeah, you put him on base via the free pass, and they make Alexander beat you.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, no offense to Sebastian, but that's exactly what I would do, especially after they saw Caden's act last night with a pair of home runs. 1-2 the count on the number 9 hitter, Wells Sykes, with 1 out, runners at first and second, and the pitch upstairs. Fisher overthrew that one, and it's 2-2.
And heck, I don't know, even if you've got runners on first and second, and say Sykes records an out here, I don't know if you give Bodine a pitch to hit anyway with third base open, not the traditional base open that you typically would see, unintentional, intentional sort of walk. Put the tying run at third with 2 outs, I don't know.
The 2-2 pitch upstairs for ball 3. One more of those, and they'll have to pitch to Bodine. Outfield playing him to go the opposite way. Bristol Carter shaded over into right center field. Another huge pitch in this ball game with 1 out. Runners at first and second. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh. Another strikeout for Coastal with runners in scoring position.
Pulled the string on that pitch, did Fisher, and he got Sykes out in front. Another huge pitch there from the left-handed reliever. It's a pitch to hit. It's in the middle of the zone on his back leg. Excellent lefty breaking ball there. Down to the back leg as Sykes gets him to swing over top of it.
4th strikeout for Cade Fisher in relief, and here comes Caden Bodine with runners at first and second, now 2 outs. Man, the pitch way off the plate. They may pitch to him, but doubtful he'll see anything in his wheelhouse.
It's going to be change-ups down and away. Maybe try and get in, sneak a fastball by him over the inside part of the plate.
Pato gets his lead at second, so away from first is Barengo, and this pitch popped up, and Auburn's going to get out of another mess. On the right side, first baseman Cooper McMurray squeezes it for out number 3. Again, Coastal with runners at first and second with 1 out. They fail to come through. No runs, no hits. 2 more men left on base. Coastal has stranded 10 now through 6 innings of play. We go to the top of the 7th here at Auburn. Score remains Tigers 1, Coastal Carolina nothing. The Chanticleer Sports Network as we pause for this timeout from Van Wagner.
From the North Star Financial Retire Right Studios, we're WRNN Socastee Myrtle Beach, your home for Coastal Carolina Chanticleer Sports.
Bud Light is the proud sponsor of Coastal Carolina University Athletics. Bud Light was brewed to be a delicious and easy-to-drink beer, even when the little things in life are hard, like when the game is going into overtime. But you have even more time to enjoy it in a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Conway National Bank has been in the community for over 100 years and understands the importance of convenience and customer care. From offering the latest technology in online and mobile banking to the personalized service given at each of our 15 local offices, CNB is focused on serving you wherever you are. Conway National Bank, community banking at its best. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Choose Healthy Blue for your Medicaid plan. With Healthy Blue, you have access to thousands of quality providers to fit your needs. Earn rewards for completing simple activities like getting your flu vaccine or certain health screenings. Plus, qualifying members can get free extra benefits, including gift cards, car seats, diapers, and so much more. All from your local plan backed by the Cross and Shield. Get more from Medicaid with Healthy Blue. Go to healthybluesc.com to learn more. Choose Healthy Blue today.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Off we go, top of the 7th inning here on the Plains. It's Auburn 1, Coastal Carolina nothing. Chanticleers go to the bullpen. Jacob Morrison's day is done. It'll be Hayden Johnson to take over as part of the Sparks Toyota pitching change and to carry you the rest of the way and hopefully to Omaha. Turn it back over to Joe Katz.
6 innings for Jacob Morrison this afternoon. 1 run allowed, 6 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts for Big Mo. Chanticleer Sunbelt Conference Pitcher of the Year, 106 pitches. Hayden Johnson takes over, the Coastal lefty at Asakasti High School. The sophomore, 20 appearances on the year, a 4-0 record, 29 2/3 innings pitched with a 3.34 ERA. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors, 8 left on base through 6 complete for Auburn. No run, 6 hits, no errors, 10 left stranded for the Chants. And a first pitch fastball for a strike as Johnson will face off against the top of the order, Rembert, Terrell, and Irish. High strike called on Rembert. He's 0 for 2, walked his last time up. The count 0-1 from Johnson as he kicks and deals a fastball outside. 1-1 the count.
I think I figured Joe Burleson's strike zone out finally. Anything up above the letters is going to be a strike. Outside of that, I'm not too sure.
It's been kind of touch and go, anything towards the lower quadrant of the strike zone. Here's the 1-1, the breaking ball tapped foul behind home plate. Rembert behind the count, 1-2. Yesterday atop the order, the second baseman, 2 hits and an RBI. Freshman at Pensacola, been on base in 56 games this year safely. Behind the count here on Johnson as the big lefty deals the 1-2 hit to the ground sharply on 2 hops, making 3 hops to Ty Dooley. The flip over to first in time. And there's 1 away for the Coastal Southpaw. Myrtle Beach area kid, making his first regional appearance. Has taken a big step forward this year here in his second season, like most of our pitching staff, particularly some players that got a ton of innings in the rookie year. Johnson included, Carbone, 2 of the major left-handed contributors out of the bullpen for Matt Williams. Lefty-lefty matchup here with Bub Terrell, and the breaking ball drops in for a strike. Terrell reached base for the first time in the Supers with a line drive base hit off Jacob Morrison in the 5th, but Mo dug deep, 2 on with 1 out, got Irish to pop up to the third baseman, and then a strikeout of Cooper McMurray. Here's the 0-1, breaking ball, grounded foul once again, and Terrell behind the count, 0-2. So tough as nails coming into the bullpen here is Johnson, pitching with a 1-0 ball game here in the top half of the 7th.
He's filling up the strike zone, Joe. Everything has been right around the plate. He's going right after these hitters, and not the easiest portion of this order to deal with.
Here comes the 0-2. Fastball rides high at 93 for the Coastal left-hander.
That was above the letters. No strike call? Come on.
I could be wrong.
Ball and 2 strikes, the pitch. There's a called third strike over the inside corner. Terrell goes down looking, strikes out for the 3rd time today. 2nd time he's been punched out by home plate umpire Joe Burleson. That's at the knees over the inside part of the plate. Crossed up, the left-hander. 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the 7th. And now the dangerous left-handed hitter Ike Irish digs in. 1 for 2 today.
If there is a game 3 tomorrow, I'd be really surprised if Butch Thompson leaves Terrell in that number 2 spot, Joe. He has just not come through for them. 5 strikeouts here in the Super Regional.
First pitch from Johnson to Irish over the inside corner for a called strike. And that comes through the front door. Breaking ball starts on the front thigh of the left-handed hitter and then clips the inside part of the plate. It's 0-1. Here to Irish, the Hudsonville, Michigan native. This curveball misses down and away. 1-1 the count, walked in the 1st, singled through the right side of the 3rd, and then with runners at 1st and 2nd and 1 out of the 5th, swings at the first pitch and pops it up to Walker Mitchell on the left side of the infield. Top of the 7th, 1-0 Auburn, the pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner. Good fastball there at 94 miles per hour from Hayden Johnson, and the count 1-2.
I just love watching the fan reaction to some pitches that appear to be borderline. especially Mr. Auburn Tiger is directly below us. You can hear him in the background to get the chant going. He sat down after that pitch.
The 1-2 hit in the air to left field and deep, but this will hit tail foul.
Thank goodness.
Oh, man, that's a short porch and left at 3:15 down the line. Yes, you have the 37-foot green monster. That ball hit about 35 feet up the green monster, but foul. And now Butch Thompson has something to say to the home plate umpire, Joe Burleson.
This does not appear to be a ball strike situation. He kept pointing over to Ike Irish as if feels like Hayden Johnson may be quick pitching him. I don't know.
Like I said, you have to lock eyes between pitcher and hitter before the pitcher is supposed to go to home plate. Here comes the 1-2. Down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Irish, first team All-SEC member this year. 6th player in school history with 50 or more RBIs in 3 straight seasons. Hit 13 bombs in SEC play this season. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count, 2 outs, and the pitch from Johnson. Outside again. And again, pitching carefully here. You have another left-hander in Cooper McMurray due up next. So we align the back end of our bullpen to match up against these left-handed hitters with Johnson on the bump in relief of Morrison. The 3-2. Call. Ooh, breaking ball.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm not really sure where that pitch was.
Oh, man.
Holy cannoli.
Yeah, Chance Miller, one of the, in the Coastal student section, Coastal section just stood up and expressed his displeasure. That was brutal.
I mean,
wow. Oh, man, that's a strike all day. And twice in a super regional.
Well, the 2-out walk will put Irish over at first base for Cooper McMurray. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. And Johnson comes back with a fast strike over the outside corner. Another 94-mile-per-hour fastball there from the Coastal sophomore southpaw. Irish leads off first after the 2-out walk. 4 walks for Coastal pitchers today, 7 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and fouled away third base side. Count quickly, 0-2. Johnson trying to bounce back after that tough 3-2 pitch went the way of Irish. Chanticleers will have 2, 3, 4 due up in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Alexander, Barthel, and Mitchell. And now the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Buries the breaking ball. Johnson picks up his 2nd strikeout of the inning. Works around the 2-out walk. Nothing doing for Auburn in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. It's time to get up and stretch this afternoon here at Plainsman Park. We're locked in a good one. 1-0 Auburn on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Catch the same views as the highest fly ball from the top of the Skywheel Myrtle Beach. We have a steal of a deal. Half off our regular tickets every Tuesday. The only thing you have to do before getting on deck is make sure your uniform is Team Teal. Then step into the batter's box and soar like a home run 200 feet above the beach. Celebrate CCU with us as Skywheel shines the lights teal every Tuesday through the season.
Hi, I'm Rhonda DeHollander.
And I'm Scott DeHollander, owners of Window World. Here's something that we believe makes a big difference for all of us.
America works best when America works.
That's why our energy-saving products are made right here in the USA.
Great people make great products with great prices.
It keeps jobs here.
It makes for a brighter and greener future.
It saves you money from day one.
Window World.
Window World, American-made and better known.
And with a true lifetime warranty, we really are
simply the best for less.
Staybridge Suites, Myrtle Beach Fantasy Harbor is an all-suite hotel featuring full kitchens, an on-site fitness center, and complimentary breakfast located just miles from Coastal Carolina University. Enjoy the convenience of being close to all of the best attractions Myrtle Beach has to offer at the Staybridge Suites Myrtle Beach Fantasy Harbor Hotel. And don't forget to ask about our parents' discounts for Coastal Carolina University students. Book your next visit at StaybridgeMB.com.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Well, here comes the Rooster here in the Bottom half of the 7th inning, Sebastian Alexander lead things off, the number 2 hitter in this Chanticleer lineup. Coastal has left 10 runners on base through the first 6 innings this afternoon. 1-0 the score. First pitch from Cade Fisher. Breaking ball misses down low. Fisher, 2 innings on the mound, no runs, has given up 2 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts against the 10 batters he has faced. Seabass takes the 1-0 outside. Coastal's put fellas the leadoff runner on base in 4 straight innings and have nothing to show for it.
Auburn's got activity in its bullpen. Appears to be a right-hander, thank goodness. Throwing this is Cantilli.
2-0, got line down the third base line, fair ball. This is going to go for extra bases. Alexander heads to second. Terrell digs it out of the corner. And Coastal with a runner in scoring position with nobody out. 5 straight innings, Coastal puts a leadoff runner on base. Alexander in scoring position now for Blake Barthel. The best color man of the business says, let's lay down a bunt. I would wholeheartedly agree. Barthel can handle the bat in the short game. No one better in this lineup, struggling against the left-handed pitching. You figure this plays right into what Barthel, his strength is. Walker Mitchell due up next, hitting over .315 against left-handed pitching. Worked a 13-pitch at bat last time against Fisher. Things may be lining up here for Coastal in the 7th to tie it up, trailing 1-0.
So Blake, who was the defensive hero last night with 3 assists and helped turn a pair of double plays late to end the ball game. Now a chance to perhaps be the offensive hero today. And it bunted foul, unfortunately.
That was more of a bunt for a hit rather than a bunt for a sacrifice. He was running out of the batter's box just as he laid down that bunt. And again, I'm just surprised that we don't try and push that ball to the first base side. The pitcher tends to fall off a left-hander to the third base side of the rubber. Snow is on the grass. Why not try and even Hembert, the second baseman, anticipated that. He's a couple steps in at second base. Squaring again is Barthel. This time he deadens the ball beautifully. Fisher will field. The throw to first is in time, and a beautiful sacrifice bunt put down by Blake Barthel. And for Coastal Carolina, 51st sacrifice bunt this season. That's good for 9th in all the college baseball. Tying run 90 feet away with 1 out for Walker Mitchell.
Oh, this is the spot. Coastal has to cash in. They've had so many opportunities in this ball game. 10 runners left on base. You know, last night I think Auburn walked away thinking we should have won that ball game with the amount of mistakes Coastal made. Right now, Coastal fans think they should be ahead right now, and they certainly should.
12th pitch at bat, won by Fisher, and his first matchup with Mitchell. That came in the 5th with 1 out of the bases loaded. Infield in now against Mitchell. First pitch swinging, popped it up foul. Just can't seem to square up Fisher here.
It's interesting. I think that's a nod to Coastal's bullpen, thinking it may be awfully difficult for the Tigers to score another run. Of course, they also don't have the last at bat, too. Keep that in mind. Coastal will get that in the 9th.
It'll be an 0-1 from Fisher to Walker Mitchell. And the changeup swung and a miss, down and away, chasing one out of the strike zone. And quickly behind, 0-2. 1 for 3 this afternoon, the Coastal third baseman.
I don't think that was an eagle circling overhead. It looked like a falcon, maybe. Very majestic above us.
Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and lined into left center field for a base hit. Alexander scores. A 2-strike base hit into center field by Walker Mitchell. We're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Let's go!
Chanticleers finally come through with runners in scoring position, and a big at bat right there by Walker Mitchell delivers into left center field. And now you've got the potential go-ahead run aboard for Colby Thorndike.
The grit of this ball club, selfless, relentless, owning the situation. Mitchell unable to come through his last at bat, delivers with 2 strikes to tie the score as Fisher chases him back to the mound. And this might be the last batter that Fisher faces with the right-handed hitter Blagan Pato due up next. You get a lefty-lefty matchup. Maybe plays to the favor of Fisher and not Colby Thorndike, who struck out against Fisher as he takes the breaking ball a little too far inside. And it's 1-0 here to Thorndike. He's 0 for 2, grounded into a double play ball in the 4th. Struck out in the 5th. walked his first time to the plate today. That came in the second. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, popped up into left field. Plenty of room out there for Terrell. He'll settle under it and make the catch. 2 outs now in the inning. Mitchell remains at first, and that will bring up the right fielder, Blagan Pato.
Does he have some more magic from last night that can carry over into today? Coastal has tied the ball game, but there's still more work to be done. That's where being the home team really pays off here in the second game.
And they will leave Fisher in the ball game, and the Auburn coach that works with the outfielders gives the sign, no doubles defense. They're trying to keep Mitchell from scoring all the way from first. If the ball is able to find a gap, I mean, really not much room in the left field corner. So you put the ball in the left field. Pato, of course, hit 2 bombs over the big green monster yesterday. Today he's 0 for 1. Swings at the first pitch, line drive, base hit in left field. Station to station goes Walker Mitchell. First hit of the afternoon for Blagan Pato, the third time he's reached base safely. And the Chanticleers with runners on first and second. And 2 outs now in a tie ball game. 1 run, 9 hits for the Chanticleers here today. We'll bring up Ty Dooley. I'm not sure if anyone's more due than Ty Dooley right now. Struggled yesterday, 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Does have a base hit today to left. I think that's where he has to think about putting the baseball into left field, given his matchup here against the southpaw, Cade Fisher. Mitchell leads from second. It's Pato off the bag at first, and the pitch. Breaking ball down and away. 1-0 the count.
Thought it might have been a big gamble to lead Fisher in there because Cam Tilley's ready down in their bullpen. Right-hander. You wouldn't think you'd bring him in here to face Ty Dooley. But I would have thought for sure they would have brought him in to face Pato, but Blagan didn't give him much time. First pitch to his liking, served in left field.
And the pitching coach for Auburn, Everett Tieford, back out to the mound to talk over things here with his Auburn left-hander. The starting pitcher today for the Tigers, Andreas Alvarez, went 4 innings of shutout baseball, allowed 4 hits, walked 2, struck out 1. Fisher has gone 2 2/3, has allowed 1 run now on 5 hits with a walk and 4 strikeouts. Has faced 15 Coastal hitters. And now Dooley, again, 1 for 3. Grounded into a fielder's choice at shortstop his first time up. Singled to left in the 4th and then struck out looking in the 6th on what was supposed to be a sacrifice bunt attempt with 2 strikes. Took the pitch and was called out on strikes. Here's the 1-0 to Dooley. Swung on and fouled back, got the fastball and put it right to the backstop. Home half of the 7th, 1-1 ball game. Coastal with a big RBI after Alexander led off with a double. And Dooley pops one up down the left field line. Terrell's going to give it a look. Not a ton of room that way. He will watch it drop into the seats just a few rows down the left field line. Dooley behind the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, the good news here, if you're a batter, is there's no opportunity anywhere on the field for the players to reach into the seats and try and rob a foul ball and turn it into an out, because the netting encircles this ballpark and there's no chance to make a play unless you jump up 40 feet in the air out in left field.
Dooley behind here, 1-2. Fisher toes the third base side of the rubber. The lefty kicks and deals the breaking ball down and away. Good take by Dooley. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And hey, we've been back and forth throughout the course of today's contest in terms of the strike zone. That pitch down and away.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. It's actually a pretty good pitch by Fisher, hoping to get Ty Dooley to go fishing off the plate.
And now the 2-2 offering. Breaking ball tapped out in front of home plate. Going to be a tough play for Fisher. He winds and throws to first, and it's off the runner, Ty Dooley. Scoring from third is Walker Mitchell, and it's 2-1. Shots up as Dooley reaches base. The throw into the baseline, connected with the back of Ty Dooley off the glove of Cooper McMurray, and Coastal scores the go-ahead run. It's 2-1. Coastal in front, and now 6 outs away from a trip to Omaha.
And the defense that has been superb tonight comes back to bite them in the backside there on a poor throw. And I think they want to talk about whether or not Dooley had gotten out of the baseline hustling up first. I don't think so.
Well, he didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah,
I mean, he's going down the line.
Well, so long as he's in between the lines that are drawn out there, that's why you've got the safe base now. And, it's run directly at that safe base. And it did not look like he was in the way. And actually, the ball hit off the glove of Cooper McMurray. It never actually hit Dooley. He leaned into the baseline, and the ball hit off the tip of his glove. The call is going to stand, and Coastal is going to carry a 2-1 lead at least into the top of the 8th. That 7th inning magic once again.
Indeed.
Chris Bergen working here in the Carolina Trust broadcast booth for us. Shots now with runners on the corners. And you got the replay on the screen. I mean, he was running down and through the baseline, and McMurray had a chance to make an opportunity to field the play. The ball bounced off of his glove, and Coastal now has a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, this should not change. That call should stand. You're right, Joe. You described it perfectly. He stayed right between the lines, hustling up, touched the safe bag down the first base line. It's green as opposed to the normal white base. And also, don't forget, maybe not lost in this, is Blake and Pato made it all the way around to third. So he's 90 feet away with a big insurance run here in the 7th.
So we'll wait to see what the replay entails.
And you got Barango coming up after this with Pato on third base and a chance to add on some more. But, man, we feel pretty good.
Finally break through, fellas.
Yeah.
After the white-knuckling this thing through the last 4 innings, we're finally able to come through, and against a left-handed pitcher, no less, as well.
Yeah, and then Hayden Johnson's going to come back out and do what he's done, hopefully. So the tide has certainly shifted in this ball game for sure.
Well, a lot of credit to both Jacob Morrison and now Hayden Johnson, the pitching for Coastal, to keep Auburn at bay. They never had a chance to add to the lead. They got the run in the second inning, but other than that, they have had 2 base runners get into scoring position since that second inning, and that's all.
There you go.
So we'll see if the headset works here. We've got the FX feed inside the booth.
After review, the runner was running legally in the runner's lane. There is no runner's lane.
There we go. Everything stands.
Auburn has no challenges left.
And no challenges left either for Auburn. I wonder what they ruled out there. Did they rule that an error on the pitcher in the throw, or did they rule that an error on McMurray? The throw is off the mark, but it hit his glove. And they'll say a muff throw by the first baseman. No, that would be a muff throw by the pitcher. So the error should be charged to Fisher. And now listen to Teal Nation here down this first base line. A couple of sections filled in teal, spatters of teal throughout Plainsman Park, and that will do it here for the Auburn left-hander. You've got runners on first and third as Dooley reaches base on the throwing error. Ball bounces off the glove of McMurray.
And they charged him with the error, Joe, not the pitcher.
McMurray with the error.
Yes,
so an
correct.
E3. And after it hit off the tip of his glove, it trickled into the corner down the first baseline. And that allowed Mitchell to score all the way from second, running on contact. He's running hard around third base anyway. Puts Coastal in front now, 2-1. First and third with 2 outs, and Ty Barango will be up when we get back from our Sparks Toyota call to the bullpen on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Show your Chanticleer pride with an official CCU Athletics credit card from Carolina Trust. Choose from 3 spirited designs featuring low rates and consumer-friendly terms. Plus, every time you make a purchase, a percentage is donated to help fund CCU scholarships. Visit carolinatrust.org for more details. Carolina Trust is an official partner of CCU Athletics. Credit approval and annual percentage rates subject to credit worthiness. Certain restrictions apply. See credit union for details. Federally insured by NCUA.
Carolina Trust.
Catch the same views as the highest fly ball from the top of the Skywheel Myrtle Beach. We have a steal of a deal. Half off our regular tickets every Tuesday. The only thing you have to do before getting on deck is make sure your uniform is Team Teal. Then step into the batter's box and soar like a home run 200 feet above the beach. Celebrate CCU with us as Skywheel shines the lights teal every Tuesday through the season.
Hi, this is Chris Bergen, voice of the Chanticleers. Since January 2020, more than 1,800 suspected opioid overdoses statewide have involved fake pills or powders that can contain lethal doses of fentanyl. Many who overdosed on fake pills received them from family members or friends and reported overdosing after taking only half a pill. Remember, never take medicine that wasn't prescribed to you by your own doctor. Purchasing or taking any pills from a family member, friend, or acquaintance can be deadly. Spread the word that one fake pill can kill. For more information, visit justplainkillers.com.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Runners on first and third. It's now 2-1 shots up. Chris Bergen, bottom of the seventh with 2 outs. The shots the home team here in game 2. A 7-6 extra inning victory thanks to a Caden Bodine. Top of the 10th. Home run yesterday. And Coastal with an opportunity maybe to put up a big inning here in the 7th.
And Auburn will turn it over to right-hander Cam Tilley here to move into this inning. With the runners at the corners, he inherits first and third, making his 19th appearance. He's got 6 starts on the season, the rest in relief, 3-3 on the year, 5.48 ERA, does have 1 save to his credit.
Barango today 1 for 2. Pato leads off third at the first pitch, a fastball that rides high. And last night we said no left-handed pitchers, we're all good, and then Bodine to home run of the 10th.
Exactly.
Well, back to a right-hander in Tilley, and an opportunity for the Chants to take advantage of this third pitcher of the ball game for the Auburn Tigers. And the 1-0 is down and away. 2 balls and no strikes with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Just remarkable.
Yeah, this crowd that's been on edge all game has just fallen completely silent besides that Coastal teal section down the first base line.
Hitters count here for Tybo. The righty Tilley deals, breaking ball outside. 3 balls and no strikes now.
Well, you're flirting with danger here to load the bases for Wells Sykes. Coastal looking for that big inning that Coach Snall talks about all the time. That's one of the tenets of this program.
And the runner goes from first. It's a wild pitch, but it bounces off the brick backstop right to the catcher Freilich, as Barango will head to first on the walk. A 4-pitch walk. Tilley just airmailed it, playing wall ball, and heck of a read there by Pato not to take off. And that's Chad Oxendine, the instruction during the at-bat, making sure that our runner has peace of mind, understanding that that ball does not come back directly as it did there, which would have turned into a likely out at home plate. Nonetheless, the bases are juiced. Teal Nation into it here at Plainsman Park, and an opportunity for Wells Sykes to put another dagger into this Auburn Tiger ball club that is no doubt shell-shocked at this juncture of the ball game. 1-0 all the way since the 2nd. We're now in the home half of the 7th. Ample opportunities for both teams to put up runs on the scoreboard. Unable to break through until the Chants put up 2 runs here in the 7th. And that's going to do it for Tilley. Short leash, obviously, now, because you're talking about, well, the final maybe 3 innings of the year for Auburn. Another Sparks Toyota call to the bullpen. We'll bring you the number in the arm for the Tigers when we get back on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Staybridge Suites, Myrtle Beach Fantasy Harbor is an all-suite hotel featuring full kitchens, an on-site fitness center, and complimentary breakfast located just miles from Coastal Carolina University. Enjoy the convenience of being close to all of the best attractions Myrtle Beach has to offer at the Staybridge Suites Myrtle Beach Fantasy Harbor Hotel. And don't forget to ask about our parents' discounts for Coastal Carolina University students. Book your next visit at StaybridgeMB.com.
Hi, Chanticleer fans. This is Steve Terry with Terry's Custom Framing and Art Gallery located at 1105 3rd Avenue in Conway. We carry artwork from many national, regional, and local artists such as Bob Timberlake, Vic Gillespie, Malia Tyndall, Shirley Terry, myself, and many more. We offer print-on-demand art with a vast database that we can print on canvas, quality acid-free paper, or photographic paper. Plus, we can restore your old photographs. Check us out at terryscustomframing.com. If it's worth framing, it's worth framing right.
When it comes to your physical well-being, you want a physical therapist you can trust. That's Select Physical Therapy. Select is the preferred provider of physical therapy services to Coastal Carolina University Athletics. Select's experienced team works with athletes and fans alike to keep you at the top of your game. With over 700 convenient locations nationwide and several close to campus, access to expert care is easier than ever. Go to selectphysicaltherapy.com to request an appointment today. The Chanticleers trust Select, so can you. Select, the power of physical therapy.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
New pitcher on the mound for the Auburn Tigers. The third of the inning, it'll be right-hander Parker Carlson.
3-1 on the season. Joe making his 17th appearance, all coming in relief. 4.0 ERA. He does have one save. He's worked 27 innings thus far with 29 strikeouts against just 5 walks. Opponents hitting .214 against him, and they are hoping he can come in and douse the fire here because Coastal has scored twice and has got the bases loaded. Chance to break this one open here in the bottom of the 7th.
Coastal left the bases loaded back in the 5th, but we've got 2 runs on the board, as you mentioned, here in the 7th. It all started with a leadoff double down the left field line by Sebastian Alexander. The sacrifice bunt laid down by Blake Barthel moves Alexander to third. 2-strike count for Walker Mitchell. Lines one in the left center field. An RBI base hit. He avenges the tough at-bat of the 5th when he popped up to first base, tied the score. Mitchell then moved to second following a 2-out single by Pato. With 2 on and 2 out, Ty Dooley stepped to the plate, hit a dribbler out in front of home plate. The throw from the lefty Cade Fisher at the time runs into the line and deflects off the glove of Cooper McMurray into foul territory, allowing Mitchell to score the go-ahead run. 2-1 shots up with Sykes at the plate. First pitch, and he's hit by pitch. Forces in another run. 3-1 shots up. A big inning for Coastal Carolina. Their 62nd big inning of the year. No bigger hit by pitch this spring than the one we just saw right there on the first pitch thrown by Parker Carlson. 3-1 the score. The bases remain loaded. We send the 9th hitter to the plate, and guess who, boys? Caden Bodine steps to the dish with a chance to put this one away in my eyes.
Put your seatbelts on.
And they've got a pitch to him with the bases loaded.
And the first pitch to Bodine is grounded foul. Well, he wanted that one.
So tell me this inning is not a representation of the entire season for Coastal. 3 hits in the inning, an error by Auburn, a walk, and a hit by pitch.
We feast.
That's CCU DNA in this inning on display.
Here's the 0-1. Swung on and hit in the air, lofted into center field, and playable for Bristol Carter. And with 2 outs after the hit batter brings home a run, Wells Sykes heads to first. Scoring from third was Blagan Pato. Bodine flies out to center, and the inning is over, but not before the Shans send 9 hitters to the plate. They scored 3 runs. They do so on 3 hits with 1 error and leave 3 runners on base. Now at the end of 7 here at Auburn. Shots up, 3-1 the score. This is Coastal Baseball from Van Wagner.
Isn't it time to relax? Let's go to Elko. Elko Spas, Billiards and Pools.
Hey guys, it's Kimberly Elko with Elko Spas, Billiards and Pools. Hey, forget about it. Forget about the same old gifts for Dad. Doesn't he have enough ties, underwear, and socks? Visit Elko Spas, Billiards and Pools. We have the perfect, unique gift and gift cards. What about family gifts? Hot spring spas are ready for immediate delivery. Relax with the family and allow Dad to soak away his stress. How about a sauna, cold plunge, swim spas, above ground pools, in-ground pools, arcade games, and show your dad some appreciation. Visit the Elko showroom and store on the frontage road off Palmetto Point Boulevard in Myrtle Beach. Our website is elkospas.com. Hey, find out what everyone is saying. Let's go to Elko.
Isn't it time to relax? Let's go to Elko. Elko Spas, Billiards and Pools.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Well, we're rocking and rolling all night, potentially here in Auburn. I'm getting ready to tear up the town square here, 6 outs away. I don't know about you boys.
Toomer's corner, look out.
Oh, man.
Joe Katz is on his way.
I hope they're greasing up the light posts at Toomer's corner. Top of the 8th. Hey, still 6 big outs to go. Let's be honest here. This is an Auburn ball club that can swing the sticks, and in one inning, can change the direction of a ball game. Coastal has been able to limit that big inning pretty much all season long, as Hayden Johnson toes the rubber against Lucas Steele in a first pitch breaking ball for a strike over the outside corner. It's pretty much been nothing but strikes for Johnson. Did walk Ike Irish with 2 outs and no one on base. Came back and struck out Cooper McMurray. 4 Ks today for the Auburn cleanup hitter. 0-2 as Steele swings through the breaking ball. You have to think maybe McMurray's 4 strikeouts, does that play into his mind game at first base? Unable to make that play off the tip of his glove. Just a little off kilter today. Here comes the 0-2. And did he go? They'll appeal over at first base, able to check his swing.
Not to be greedy, guys, but this could be a lot worse than it is. We've left 13 men on base.
Oh, yeah. Completely. Thankfully, we got the job done there in that bottom of the 7th.
I mean, it could be a 7-8-1 ball game right now. Auburn's left 9, so they're thinking similar.
I mean, should Auburn drop back-to-back games here to Coastal, boy, there'll be a lot of second guessing and double takes on how this whole super regional played out for them. And the 1-2 swung on and hit in the air into the right field corner, and that will drift out of play. Again, not a ton of space down the foul lines here, and that ricocheted off the bottom of the netting. The only area that we cannot see is literally in the corner in right field. I can see the 3 of the 314 sign at the top of the wall, right as the foul pole begins. All the way down that first baseline. The 1-2. Bodine nearly stole a pitch there. That pitch was down and away. But Bodine frames that pitch so well. He almost lures the home plate umpire into calling it a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. The pitch from Johnson. Swung on and missed. Changing speeds again. Steele goes down on strikes. Johnson has struck out 3 of the 5 hitters he has faced out of the bullpen in relief of Jacob Morrison. And there's 1 away here in the top of the 8th.
You may have to pry that ball out of his hands if he gets through this inning unscathed. He may want to go out and slam the door shut himself in the 9th.
1 out now for Eric Snow. 0 for 2 today. Takes the first pitch fastball up and away. He walked all the way back in the 2nd, scored from first with 2 outs on the base hit by Chase Fralick. The only run on the scoreboard for the Tigers here this afternoon. A hot, humid day in the plains of Alabama. The 1-0 lined base hit in the right field for a 1-out single. Snow on base for the 3rd time today. He was 0 for 2 coming into the at-bat. Again with that walk and a run scored, a fielder's choice in the 6th. Singles to right. And now in a 3-1 game, of course. The tying run heads to the plate in the form of center fielder Bristol Carter.
Who's had a good ball game. 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, both in the 4th and 6th.
And both going right back up the box with those 2 base hits as well. So seeing the ball well here this afternoon. And Johnson deals first pitch. It skips in. Good block there by Caden Bodine, keeping the double play intact with the runner Snow having to hold up at first base.
Bodine's head coach went to bat for him last night, and post-game press conference said, if you left the ballpark last night, I don't think Caden Bodine is the best catcher in the country. I'm not sure what game you're watching. I don't know that I can argue with that point. I mean, he's just been superb, not just this weekend, but the entire season, his entire career at Coastal. He has been a cornerstone around which this, hopefully, CWS run was built.
Matt Williams on the mound, the Coastal first-year pitching coach. Scores across the nation. LSU with a 16-7 lead over West Virginia in the 8th at the box in Baton Rouge. Game 1 just underway in Fayetteville between Arkansas and Tennessee. They're scoreless in the 2nd. Of course, earlier this afternoon, Miami forces a decisive Game 3 with a 9-6 win over Louisville, as does Arizona in Chapel Hill with a 10-8 victory over North Carolina. Duke grabs game 1 of the Durham Super Regional, 7-4 over Murray State tonight. UTSA will play at UCLA in game 1 of the Los Angeles Super Regional. And in Corvallis, Florida State will look to force a game 3 after Oregon State came from behind and picked up the win on Friday. First pitch, actually the 1-0 pitch, is a strike over the inside corner to Carter. And it's 1-1 the count.
UTSA needs to get to Omaha, and we need to face them and get revenge from football season at the bowl game.
Here comes the 1-1, and it's popped up foul. I mean, no offense to the Myrtle Beach Bowl, but I'll take a College World Series victory over a Myrtle Beach Bowl victory any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
As a former member of the staff, I concur.
1-2 the count.
I'm just pointing out they had a win over us earlier this year. We need to pay them back.
Here's the 1-2, and it's popped up again, foul behind the dish. That pitch was hung up in the zone, even though it came in at 92. Pretty good swing at it there from Carter. Keeps the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One out, base hit the other way off the bat of Eric Snow. After the strikeout of Lucas Steele to begin the inning. 3-1 lead for Coastal in the top of the 8th. The pitch from Johnson, breaking ball, popped up foul once again. Continuing to put together another tough at bat, and credit these Tiger hitters. Now, there's no easy out in the lineup. We've made it look easy at times against the likes of Bub Terrell, Cooper McMurray today. A lot of these guys fight with 2 strikes. They shorten up their approach. And 1-2. Swung on and tipped into the glove. Caden Bodine chases a fastball up and out of the zone. Down goes Carter. Strikeout number 4 for Hayden Johnson this afternoon.
He's dealing. He really is. He is pitching well out of the bullpen. An inning and 2/3. No runs, just a base hit, 4 strikeouts against 1 walk of the 7 batters he has faced.
You know, Bergen, you talked about that 7th inning, about how it's kind of been the story of the season all wrapped up into 1 inning. I think this whole game has been Coastal's theme as far as the dominance of the pitching staff.
First pitch strike to Chase Freilich. Pretty good stick at the plate. The number 8 hitter batting well over .330 this season. RBI base hit into right field. The only run driven in today for the Tigers. Has grounded to first and has hit a fly ball to Blake Pato in right field here in the ball game. 1 for 3. The 0-1. Breaking ball a little too far inside. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here for Hayden Johnson in relief of Jacob Morrison. Bulldogged his way through 6 strong innings, gave up just 1 run. Johnson works around a 2-out walk in the 7th. Now with a runner on and 2 outs here in the 8th. This is upstairs and falls behind. 2-1 the count.
To illustrate that point, Sam, about how good pitching staff has been, Auburn has only played in 3 games this season in which they've scored 1 or fewer runs.
Wow.
It'll be a 2-1 offering here from Johnson. First base out of the rubber, deals fastball, tipped foul. Back behind home plate. 2-2 now the count. Well, that plays into the late night last night, the early turnaround here today. The fact that the game was not pushed back maybe an hour or 2. As the game wears on, it gets hotter, a bit more humid. The energy starts to fade away, that initial adrenaline, and now you're facing an uphill. Here's the 2-2, swung on and fouled away. You lead 1-0, and then all of a sudden you're down 3-1 with 6 outs to go in your season. That throws a little wrinkle in the way you drew it up here this afternoon, trying to force a game 3 tomorrow, if necessary, with an asterisk.
Big one.
Necessary. It'll be a 2-2 pitch as the runner leads from first. Johnson kicks and deals. He struck him out. Fastball over the outside corner. Freilich goes down on strikes. Johnson strikes out the side. Coastal 3 outs away from Omaha. 3-1 the score as we head to the bottom of the 8th on the Chanticleers Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Hey Myrtle Beach, great news! Your local destination for all your health insurance needs, South Carolina Blue is now open and ready to serve you. Conveniently located in the plaza at Carolina Forest. Whether you're under 65 years old or over 65 or planning for retirement, their local health insurance experts can help you find a health plan to fit your needs and budget. Appointments are available and walk-ins are accepted. Visit scbluemyrtle.com or call 843-736-8811 to schedule an appointment. That's scbluemyrtle.com or 843-736-8811.
Conway is Teal Nation's downtown. Before the game, swing by the Teal Nation store on Main Street and snap a photo in Teal Alley. After the Chanticleer victory, ring the bell and grab a bite at one of Conway's alumni-owned bistros. Top it off with Chauncey's favorite Teal dessert. We are Conway Downtown Alive. Proud to be a sponsor of Coastal Carolina University Athletics. Our shots are always up. Feel the Teal at conwayalive.com.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Because all that can wait. Your friends shouldn't. There are good stories to be made. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
Let's go. Bottom of the 8th. Here at Auburn. Coastal 3 outs away from Omaha. Looking to punch our first ticket in 9 years. 2016, Chris Bergen was at LSU for that incredible sweep over the LSU Tigers, and we're looking to do it against the Auburn Tigers here in 2025.
We just need to figure out every year that we get into the Supers, we've got to go play at a place that their mascot is the Tigers. We're in great shape. 3-0 against them in Supers thus far.
Sebastian Alexander got things started for Coastal in the 3-run 7th inning. He'll lead off here in the 8th. The first pitch breaking ball misses inside from Parker Carlson. Morrison, Hayden Johnson lights out. As Auburn will bat in the top of the 9th. We'll see if Coastal can add a run or two, which I would not mind, by the way, moving into the top of the 9th. It'll be a 1-0 pitch here to Seabass, and it's swung on in line, high in the air, deep left field. Going back is Terrell, way back, and he looks it off the wall, plays it beautifully off the green monster and the carom there, but sliding into second safely is Alexander. Back-to-back doubles for Seabass. 3 hits on the afternoon. He doubles to lead off the 7th, doubles to lead off the 8th, and the Chanticleers in business with a runner in scoring position and nobody out.
Give you an idea of just how fast Sebastian Alexander runs. That play could not have been made any better by Terrell out in left field. He played the carom perfectly right into his glove, turned and threw a dart back to the infield, and he had no play at second.
So now Coach Dahl wants to talk things over here with Blake Barthel, and to me, he's settling it down a little bit. Don't let Barthel get ahead of himself. Laid down the sacrifice bunt beautifully in the last half inning, and I think that's exactly what the script is here, in the 8th.
Every run's been so important in this game, guys, and Coastal packed on 3 of those in the 7th inning, but like you talked about when this inning started, would love a few more just to get a little more comfortable and maybe start packing those bags.
Hopefully we've got some time to do some laundry. Between the Sun Belt Championship 2 weeks ago in Montgomery to last weekend's Conway Regional, where we had to bring out the rain jacket on Friday, to here in Auburn yesterday, a lengthy delay. Coastal nearly watched a 6-1 lead slip away, only to make 2 incredible defensive plays by one Blake Barthel at second base. 2 of the exact plays, line drive, double plays to end the 8th and then to the 9th. And then Bodine hits the big homer in the top of the 10th. Or the 9th and then to the 10th to seal the deal.
See, here's something. Talk about trying to speed up the game, Sam. We put in the pitch clock and everything we can possibly do. Here's an opportunity, and Auburn's going to make a change, so may not necessarily play in here, but they had the entire Coastal offensive meeting to go out and do this. Instead, they waited until the offensive meeting is done to go out and make a pitching change.
No, it's all about timing and momentum and trying to flip things your way, but Auburn is going to make the change, and Barthol is going to see a new pitcher with a runner on second base.
Teal Nation on their feet along the first base side behind the Coastal dugout. A very quiet burnt orange and navy blue crowd here at Plainsman Park. 1-0 Auburn led all the way until the bottom of the 7th. And now a Sparks Toyota call to the bullpen, going deep into the staff now, the 5th pitcher of the afternoon to toe the rubber for Auburn. When we get back, Coastal with a runner on second, nobody out, and Blake Barthel due up when we return on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Invest in the beauty and comfort of home with Shade and Shutter Expo. Shade and Shutter Expo carries a large selection of blinds, shades, shutters, awnings, and solar porch shades to fit many styles and budgets. Shade and Shutter Expo provides turnkey service by helping you pick your designs, measuring, and professionally installing your products. Shade and Shutter Expo, made local, shop local. Visit their showroom at 3147 Fred Nash Boulevard in Myrtle Beach or online at shadeandshutterexpo.com.
Conway is Teal Nation's downtown. Before the game, swing by the Teal Nation store on Main Street and snap a photo in Teal Alley. After the Chanticleer victory, ring the bell and grab a bite at one of Conway's alumni-owned bistros. Top it off with Chauncey's favorite Teal dessert. We are Conway Downtown Alive. Proud to be a sponsor of Coastal Carolina University Athletics. Our shots are always up. Feel the Teal at conwayalive.com.
Hi everyone, Cam the AC Man here with Ductworks Heating and Cooling. Don't let the name fool you. We're the Grand Strand's #1 full-service heating and cooling company. We specialize in high-efficient Trane and Bryant comfort systems, duct systems, and indoor air quality products and services. Need emergency service, maintenance, or your system replaced? Give Ductworks Heating and Cooling a call at 843-427-7411 or visit us at ductworksheatingandcooling.com. That's ductworksheatingandcooling.com.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
The new pitcher for Auburn is John Armstrong. Comes into his spot with Coastal leading 3-1. Sebastian Alexander leadoff double off the big wall in left center field. And Bergen, Bub Terrell again played that carom. As well. He caught that ball off the fly. Yes, that ball deadened, and that's what happens when you play left field here at your home ballpark. Exactly. He's probably taken balls off that wall a million times. Alexander able to get a double here. Armstrong to toe the rubber for Auburn. Blake Barthel in a sacrifice bunt situation.
John Armstrong making his 18th appearance for Auburn. 2-1 on the year, all out of the bullpen. 6.05 ERAs, worked 19 of third innings. He's allowed 16 runs, 13 of them earned. 25 strikeouts and 7 walks issued.
Ryan Lynch is getting loose in the Coastal bullpen. Picked up his 8th save of the year last night in the bottom of the 10th. First pitch to Barthel, swinging away, and takes the first pitch low from Armstrong. Well, now with the right-hander on the mound, does change things up a little bit here for Barthel. Today he's 0 for 3. Laid down that sacrifice bunt successfully in the 3-run 7th to help spark the rally. And the 1-0 is low. 2 balls and no strikes to count. So Auburn going to use anyone and anyone they can here. With their backs against the wall, it's do or die for the Tigers. Opportunity for the Shants.
They've got no tomorrow if they don't win this one. They are packing up and playing golf.
Here's the 2-0, and it spins in there for a strike over the outside corner. Kind of a 3/4 arm action there from Armstrong as he works from the first base side of the rubber. Alexander leading off the bag at second. Here in the bottom of the 8th. Armstrong takes a breath and deals. Line drive into the center field and deep. Bristol Carter going back and makes the over-the-shoulder catch, but deep enough to allow Alexander to tag and head to third. So he gets the job done. Not a sacrifice bunt. Strokes one. That's a beautiful left-handed hitting stroke right there from Barthel. Took it to the deepest part of the park. Runner tags. He goes to third. Does Seabass with 1 out, and that'll bring the infield in.
Well, he got a good piece of it, and the ballpark just held it in. But you get another insurance run to third base. Walker Mitchell at the plate, who's got 2 base hits today.
And another opportunity here for Walker Mitchell. Delivered his last time up. 2 hits today. 15 multi-hit games this season. And takes the first pitch. A strike over the outside corner.
No.
Talk about the team being resilient, battling the Tigers and the umpires today.
In fairness, Auburn's had to battle the same umpires.
That's true. Very true.
It'll be a 1-0 offering here from Armstrong. Line to the left field. Terrell is there, and Terrell watches it go over his head. Extra bases for Mitchell. No, he'll hold at first, but scoring from third is Alexander. Back-to-back RBI singles from Mitchell. One run on the scoreboard. It's 4-1. Shots up here in the 8th.
I don't know what happened there for Terrell. He played that other ball off the wall by Sebastian Alexander perfectly. Misplayed that one terribly. And Coastal takes advantage, gets another run home, and every insurance run at this point looking awfully big.
11 times this year. Mitchell has now driven in multiple runs in a ball game.
And Coastal fans having a good time here on the Plains.
As Thorndike fouls off the first pitch he sees. Either way, if Terrell makes the play, he's tagging from third and scoring, but nonetheless, it allows Coastal Carolina we're getting to the individual chants here down the first base line. You love it. You love to see it. The 0-1 smoked foul down the third base side.
This is something special. I mean, for our crowd to be overpowering another sellout crowd at Auburn, an SEC school, on the verge of going to Omaha, just trying to soak this in, guys. This is something special.
And the good news is Colby has 4 syllables in his name, so it makes the chant pretty easy.
Yeah, it does.
Colby Thorndike.
Count 0-2 here on Thorny, and the pitch is swung on, hit up the middle. This could be 2 as the shortstop, Fabian, will field, step on the bag at second, flip over to first, and it's a 6-3 double play to get Auburn out of the inning, but not before Coastal scratches one more on the scoreboard. It starts with a Sebastian Alexander double off the Green Monster. He moves to third, and the deep fly ball by Barthel, and the RBI single by Walker Mitchell puts Coastal up by 3 at the end of 8. We head to the top of the 9th, 3 outs in the way of Coastal and a return trip to the College World Series. Last licks for Auburn when we get back on the Chanticleer Sports Network from Van Wagner.
From the North Star Financial Retire Right Studios, we're WRNN Socastee Myrtle Beach, your home for Coastal Carolina Chanticleer Sports.
As our region's largest healthcare provider, Tidelands Health is dedicated to keeping the communities we serve healthy and active. We're a network of 4 hospitals and more than 60 care locations, stretching from Andrews to Little River. Our more than 2,500 employee, physician, and volunteer partners work side by side to transform the health of our region, promoting wellness, preventing illness, encouraging recovery, and restoring health. It's a singular commitment. It's our mission. At Tidelands Health, better health begins here.
Hi, this is Chris Bergen, voice of the Chanticleers. Since January 2020, more than 1,800 suspected opioid overdoses statewide have involved fake pills or powders that can contain lethal doses of fentanyl. Many who overdosed on fake pills received them from family members or friends and reported overdosing after taking only half a pill. Remember, never take medicine that wasn't prescribed to you by your own doctor. Purchasing or taking any pills from a family member, friend, or acquaintance can be deadly. Spread the word that one fake pill can kill. For more information, visit justplainkillers.com.
Bud Light is the proud sponsor of Coastal Carolina University Athletics. Bud Light was brewed to be a delicious and easy-to-drink beer, even when the little things in life are hard, like when the game is going into overtime. But you have even more time to enjoy it in a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Your home for Chanticleer Sports. Hot Talk 99.5.
9-1-2 due up for the Auburn Tigers in the top of the 9th. A pinch hitter will step to the plate. Eric Guevara takes the first pitch fastball down low. Guevara suffered an injury in the NCAA Auburn Regional 1 weekend ago. Has not seen any action so far until this at-bat, hitting .325 on the year, 5 homers, 29 RBIs. And Johnson has missed not close on the first 2 pitches he has thrown, and now everything gets a little, the pressure gets amped up just a notch. With a 4-1 lead, though, you got some wiggle room, but you got to attack the strike zone here.
Exactly. You do not want to walk. If they're going to get on base, make them earn their way on base. Throw strikes
If he hits it out of the park, fine. It's a 4-2 game. But you don't want to put him on board because once you start walking guys, then they have the possibility to get the big boppers up in a situation where they could perhaps tie the game.
Here comes the 2-0 to Guevara, taking all the way
better.
and takes a strike. Great job by Caden Bodine to go out there, calm down his young left-handed pitcher. Still just a sophomore and no doubt pitching in the biggest inning of his life as part of his baseball career. Here comes the 2-1. That's going to ride upstairs. 3 balls and a strike.
Coastal did have Ryan Lynch warming up, so we'll see if he takes it over for Johnson, but Hayden trying to get through it and bring us to the promised land.
Here's the 3-1. There's a strike at the knees over the outside corner. A 92-mile-an-hour fastball. The count is full.
There might be a heated discussion on the mound if Coach Williams comes back out there. I think Hayden wants to finish this.
Here's the payoff pitch coming back towards us. Fouled away, and the count stays at 3-2. Guevara, the pinch hitter, Chris Rembert back to the top of the order, and Bub Terrell due up third here in the inning.
Johnson's been so good, especially backing up Morrison, who went over 100 pitches and gave it everything he had to put Coastal in this spot.
And the 3-2 lined into the right field corner. That'll dunk down in front of Blagan Pato. It's a leadoff pinch hit, base hit by Eric Guevara. And now we head to the top of the order in a 4-1 ball game with Chris Rembert due up here for the Tigers. And a pinch runner now to take over for Guevara. That'll be Addison Kaipish. I think Guevara had a lower body injury. That's why he did not play through the first 2 games of this Super, but gets a big pinch hit at bat and comes through in the 9th.
Now Johnson's got to put it behind him. That run on first doesn't matter. There's a 3-run cushion. Look for a ground ball here out of Rembert.
Freshman out of Pensacola today, 0 for 3. 3 ground outs to the left side of the infield. He's walked his only time on base. First pitch from Johnson, breaking ball outside corner for a strike.
Whew. That was nice.
I thought you said who, and he did not call it a strike. I looked down. Can never be too careful here with Joe Burleson behind the plate this afternoon. And now from the stretch, the 0-1. Curveball a little up. Above the belt. 1-1. Here to Rembert. Tiger faithful trying to cheer on this Auburn ball club hosting their first ever Super Regional. This ball hit to the ground. Backhanded play by Colby Thorndike. He'll go to Dooley for 1. The return throw to first, and he's safe. A lot of moving pieces on that play. And we nearly turned what would have been an unbelievable 3-6-1 double play. Of course, we'll take the lead runner, the force out. 2 outs away now with Bub Terrell due up here for the Tigers.
What a job, though, by Hayden Johnson to do what he's supposed to do. That ball hit to the right side. I've got to get over to first base, and he did. And that play was a lot closer than it probably should have been. Just a terrific turn out there at second base.
1 away for Terrell. This is a huge out with Ike Irish due up next and a 3-run ball game. First pitch from Johnson. Fastball up and away. And it's 1-0.
Well, this is a big at bat here in this inning. Gets Bub Terrell, which for the most part we have. Then the worst thing Ike Irish can do is make it a 4-3 game.
Here's the 1-0. There's a
oh my gosh.
1-0 fastball a little inside.
What Joe was trying to say, that was a letter high strike over the 8.5 of the plate that was not called that way.
2-0 the count. Runner leads from first. Taking all the way is Terrell, and he takes a strike right down the pipe. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Runner leads from first. Dooley shades up the middle. Mitchell playing in the 6 hole. Off the line at third base. The 2-1. Swung on and fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 double play ball away from sending us to the promised land in Omaha, Nebraska.
Be the first team to punch our ticket.
Indeed, we would be.
Also the first Sun Belt team since 2000 when Louisiana did it.
It'll be a 2-2 pitch here from Johnson. It's on the way, and it's swung on and into the air. Pop fly, shallow right field. Pato settling under it. He's there to make the catch. 2 outs now in the inning. And what a big out in a 3-run ball game with one of the top hitters in the nation due up with, even if Irish sends one out of the yard, you still have one more run to work with.
Now, for clarification purposes, Sam is exactly correct. We were members of the Big South still when we went in 2016. We turned into the Sun Belt the day after the World Series.
That's right.
Irish today,
the Sun Belt.
1 for 2, couple of walks. Coastal 1 out away from sweeping the Auburn Supers. 7-6 extra inning win on Friday. Irish takes the first pitch too far inside from Johnson, brushing him back a little bit.
I like it. Hayden says, all right, Mr. Big Shots. I still own that inner half of the plate.
Here's the 1-0. And there's a strike over the outside corner. 1-1 the count. 4-1 the score. 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Coastal this afternoon. 1 run, 8 hits, 1 error for Auburn. Shots trailed 1-0 until a big 3-run 7th inning. We put 1 more on in the 8th. Here's the 1-1. And this ball hit on the ground. Right to Walker Mitchell. He fields, throws to first. Put this one in the book. Ball game over. Ball game over. Shots win. Shots win. Your 2025 Sun Belt champions. Your 2025 Conway Regional champions. Your 2025 Auburn Super Regional champions. Sweet home Alabama. CCU in Omaha. Here comes the Rooster. The final score. Coastal Carolina 4. Auburn 1. 23 in a row. Shots win. Let's go. Let's go. Coastal Carolina punches their second ever ticket to the College World Series.
Could not be happier for a bunch of guys. This team deserved to go to Omaha. They've been one of the best teams in the country all season long, but Auburn wasn't going to give it to us, and they came out and took it. So well done, boys. Well done.
A come-from-behind victory for Coastal. Come on, Sam. Chanticleers at now 53-11. Let's go. The hottest team in college baseball. The committee disrespects Coastal and this baseball program that has been built up over 20-some-odd years, 30 years under Gary Gilmore. And now year number 1 for the Sun Belt Conference Coach of the Year, Kevin Schnall. And we're on our way to Omaha next week, where we will face off against the winner of the North Carolina-Arizona series in Chapel Hill. Unbelievable.
I can't. This is incredible, guys. Year 1 under Kevin Schnall. I can't help but think about Gary Gilmore and the program that he's built that's now going to Omaha for a second time. The culture has remained, and this season has been unbelievable, and it's